years. Oh, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
And a very good morning to you. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Good morning, I'm Zoe Brown, and can you believe it? Not only is it the last day of November, but it's also midweek, and we have got some exciting things planned between now and 9 o'clock. Chef Clem, he is hosting another culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Don't worry, the studio will still warm up and wake up for that. But this time round, our culinary hotline is all about bread. Oof, how I love a freshly baked bread, some fresh rolls. We are going to carve it out today. And then it's also the season of gifting. And from a gift box wrapping competition challenge between myself and Carl Wasty to discussing luxury home gifting ideas, we have got you covered literally today on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But I can't do the show alone, so let's say good morning to Raul de Mornay.
Thank you, Zoe. Yes, the two of us are going to be steering the ship this morning at the helm, bringing you all the magic for the next 3 hours, and of course, including you in all of it. And that's what we're doing this morning, chatting to you on social media and asking you the question which is related to the culinary hotline bling this morning. Of course, we want to know from you, do you make your own bread? And if so, what is your favorite? Now, I love bread, firstly. Let's just establish that. Hot bread with some warm butter. It doesn't get better than that. But if I had to choose a favorite bread, I think raisin bread? Raisin loaf? Is that a thing? Raisin bread? I think that's the one for me. That's my favorite. I'm going to put that on top of the list. But I'm pretty sure you have a different answer. So come through. Let us know what your favorite is. Maybe you've got something crazy, something weird, something unique that you want to share with us today. Please do it, because we'd love to get some bread. And before we get into the rest of the magic of the show, of course, the one and only Zoe standing by right now. Official duties must commence. And let's get it on. See you there.
Well, let's take a look at those national headlines. The Section 89 independent panel of experts will hand over its report on Cyril Ramaphosa's alleged conduct to the Speaker of the National Assembly today. The three-member panel, led by retired Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo, has been assessing whether Ramaphosa has a case to answer on constitutional grounds for the alleged theft of foreign currency at his Phala Phala farm nearly 3 years ago. The panel was granted a 13-day extension to conclude its work by today. And staying with local news, Kusatu says despite the slight improvement in SA's unemployment rate, the country must step up efforts to curb high unemployment. Statistics SA announced yesterday that the South Africa's unemployment rate decreased by a percentage point to 32.9% in the third quarter of the year. However, unemployment among young people remain high. This is the second year in a row that unemployment has declined in the third quarter. Moving to news abroad, Malawi has begun vaccinating children as part of a world-first large-scale campaign against malaria. The RTSS vaccine, more than 3 decades in the making, was developed by pharmaceutical company GSK. Early trials show more than 30% of the 5 to 17-month-olds who received it were protected. Malawi believes it will play a key role in the fight against the disease, which killed some 2,500 infants in the country 2 years ago. Children under 5 account for about 80% of all malaria deaths in Africa, the World Health Organization has said. And staying with news abroad, a small Buddhist temple in Thailand has been left without monks after they were all dismissed for failing drug tests. 4 monks, including the abbot, tested positive for methamphetamine in the northern province of Phetchabun. Now, the monks were subsequently sent to a health clinic to undergo drug rehabilitation. The Thai Prime Minister recently ordered a clampdown on drugs after a former police officer who had been dismissed from the force for the possession of methamphetamine fatally wounded 37 people at a nursery. And America, here they come. Prince William and wife Kate fly out to the US today on their first overseas excursion since the passing of Queen Elizabeth, after which William became the heir apparent. Now, the visit sure has added significance a few days before William's US-based younger brother, Prince Harry, and his American wife, Meghan, take the limelight at a prestigious awards ceremony ahead of a TV documentary and revealing memoir. For royal commentators and the British media, it will be a chance to contrast the two brothers' popularity, whose falling out, along with Harry and Meghan's criticism of the monarchy, has become one of the defining stories of House of Windsor in recent times. Royal biographer Andrew Morton said, and I quote, "William's the future king, Harry's basically no longer a royal. They'll be looking to see who draws the biggest crowds, who gets the most media coverage. If they tell you otherwise, don't believe them." That's the end of the quote. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport. Here's Ryle.
Thank you so much. So, of course, it's time to take a look at all the sporting action, and starting off with the World Cup soccer. Goals from Ismaila Sarr as well as Kalidou Koulibaly sent Senegal into the World Cup knockouts for just the second time in their history, with the winner in absolute dramatic 2-1 fashion over Ecuador. Now, Senegal needed a win to guarantee progression, while Ecuador only needed to avoid defeat. Now, in other results, the Netherlands claimed a 2-0 win over Qatar to end top of Group A, 1 point ahead of the African champions. Now, the news, Marcus Rashford also scored twice as England beat Wales 3-0 to win Group B, and then Christian Pulisic netted the winner as USA finished second in Group B with the 1-0 win over Iran. We will be reporting on some more of the action from Qatar, but let's carry on with the latest headlines in sport. And moving over to hockey action now, the South African hockey men defeated France 2-1 to book a place in the semi-finals of the FIH Hockey Nations. Now, Tevin Cock, on his 50th cap for the national team, drew South Africa level after Corentin Celia gave the visitors the lead. Now, Keenan Horn was on hand to bundle the ball home and give the host the lead for the first time in the game. Now, 2-1 is how it stayed, with South Africa playing Ireland in their final pole game taking place tomorrow. Well, from the hockey turf pitch, we move over to the tartan track of Formula One action, where Ferrari Formula One boss Matteo Binotto has handed his resignation and will leave at the end of the year. Now, Binotto has been with the team since 1995 and worked his way up through the company to first head the engine department and then be technical director of the entire F1 team and finally to lead it. Now, he leaves at the end of the season, in which Ferrari achieved their goals of returning to winning races, but this also marked by a series of reliability failures and operational errors. Now, Ferrari said they had started the search for a replacement. Well, sticking to our sporting headlines and moving over to golf now, where Tiger Woods has joined Rory McIlroy in calling for Greg Norman to quit as boss of the breakaway Live Golf Tour. Now, Woods believes it is possible for the PGA Tour to negotiate the settlement with the Saudi Arabia-funded Live Tour, but only if Norman steps aside. Now, earlier this month, McIlroy said that the Australian former world #1 needed to, and quote, exit stage left, unquote. Now, this speaking before this week's Hero World Challenge, Woods called on Liv to suspend their legal action against the PGA Tour. Well, interesting stuff indeed when it comes to sporting action. Of course, we'll catch up again in the next hour with some more headlines. But for now, though, it's time to take a look at the weather in and around the country.
And we start with a bit of space news, because today we have some incredible news to share. NASA's Orion capsule Artemis has surpassed the distance record for a mission with a spacecraft designed to carry humans into deep space at 432,000 kilometers, set previously by Apollo 13 at 386,000 kilometers. Named after the ancient Greek goddess of the hunt and Apollo's twin sister, Artemis aims to return astronauts to the moon's surface as early as 2025. Although no people were on board, Orion carried a simulated crew of 3 dummies fitted with sensors to measure radiation levels and other stresses that astronauts would experience. Should the mission succeed, a crewed Artemis 2 flight around the moon and back could come as early as 2024, followed within a few years by the program's first lunar landing of astronauts, one of them a woman with Artemis 3. And putting astronauts on Mars is expected to take at least some 15 years to achieve, so we'll certainly be looking out at everything that NASA has to share with us. Well, from your out-of-space news, we now bring it back home to your sunrise views. Let's look at those beautiful photos that you share. First up, Desiree from Pietermaritzburg shared her view of this pink photo before heading out for some coffee. And then Fatah Khan from Richards Bay snapped this blissful view of the yacht with subtle peach hues glimmering up the sky. We have Kevin from Salt Rock capturing the sun reflecting over the ocean while out enjoying the fresh air. Roland snapped this dusky photo from Belito as the sun starts to slowly rise in the distance. And Nancy Govender, a violet-inspired view from her home in Umkomaas. Thank you for sharing that. It is a beautiful way to start your day. Well, if you have a sunrise view you'd love to share, please do so on 063 408 8863. Let's get into your temperatures for this Wednesday. If you're in Polokwane, 13 is your low, 27 your high. Mbombela, 13.28. Pretoria, 13.27. Johannesburg, 12.26. Mahikeng, 17.29. Klerksdorp, 16.31. Kimberley, 19.29. Bloemfontein, 15.31. Sunny in Richards Bay, 18, a high of 25. Pietermaritzburg, 16, reaching a high of 30. Durban, 18.25. Mthatha, 19.33. East London, 23, with a high of 33. Cradock, 18.36. Sunny in Gqeberha, your low 21, your high 28. George, 16.21. Cape Town, 16.22. Worcester, extremely hot conditions, a low of 15, a high of 37. If you're in Sutherland, 13 with a high of 32 can be expected today. And Uppington, also a hot day ahead, a low of 23 and a high of 37 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather for now. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
Thank you so much. It looks like the temperatures are finally heating up. December is here. That means we obviously need to cool down, but for all the right reasons, because we're definitely going to crush the show this morning. And I know you're going to crush it too. Now, there's an interesting competition coming up. That's between Zoe and Carl. That's all about wrapping up your gifts. And then on top of that, we're also going to be chatting about a new baker in town, all right? This is something called snowballs and peanut butter. Zoe? Looking hot out there.
Oh, I would
cool
love
yourself down with that. Let me grab another one for myself, of course.
Thank you very much.
You got a challenge coming up with Carl.
Yes,
yeah?
gift wrapping. I don't know how you are with gift wrapping, but I get quite competitive.
I'm as good as gift wrapping as I am with wrapping my books for school. Awful. Just put it in a packet rather. But hopefully they can do better. So let's find out about that in just a bit. Don't go anywhere, Mzansi. We'll see you just after this. Cheers.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ho, ho, ho. Yes, the most ridiculous Father Christmas I know is back because it is the season. 'Tis the season, in fact. But wrapping gifts for loved ones during the festive season can be intimidating, or if you're like me, near but impossible. But this year, things will be different. Today's challenge is all about putting those gift wrapping skills to the test, but with a twist. So Zoe and Carl, are you up to the task?
Yes, I got the ears.
Yes.
You got your war paint on, you are
got
ready.
wall paint. I'm like ready to go here, so let's do it.
It's going to be tough, guys. I struggle. Like, it's fine if you're wrapping a book. Well, unless you're me. I still mess up a book or a box. But here we've got some of the most amazing gifts that you could be gifting your special people in your life. But now you've got to wrap them. Dun, dun, dun. But the Crazy Store is making it easy because you can adorn these gifts with the most amazing little... There are name tags. There are some beautiful little tags. There's the most gorgeous range of actual wrapping papers.
How beautiful. I was looking at this. This is my favorite.
That is cool.
All right, so you guys have carte blanche. I mean, even the sticky tape is amazing. Okay, so you're going to have to wrap your doll and your stroller together.
Okay.
How you do it is up to you, and we'll be judging on final presentation and how your personality comes through in that gift wrapping process. I'm sorry that I've put you up against... Look at that face.
The
that
most
calm,
competitive person
confident.
in
Yeah,
the world.
that's the thing. She knows she's already got this beat, bud. So come on. Muster every naughty elfness that you've got,
I've got it.
and represent for the gents out here. All right, let's get into this.
Do we have a time limit?
We're going to give you 2 minutes to do this, okay? And that's going to go very quickly. So good luck. And you're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Dun, dun, dun.
We have
Carl's
2 minutes.
immediately reached for a beautiful...
Yes.
Come on, Carl, you've got this, boy.
Got this.
Got this.
Yes, I do.
I feel like Zoe is entering the final straight now as we enter the last 15 seconds.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Carl.
Come on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Hands up.
Hands up.
And
Hands up. Hands up.
Cool, that was tough, eh?
It was.
So 2 minutes might have been a push. You've made the tree. You've made the Christmas tree.
You've made the Christmas tree.
And at least you haven't damaged the wrapping paper, so you can
That's
reuse
correct.
it next Christmas.
Also, it
okay?
would be upright under the tree. This
okay.
is actually what I was going for.
Propping the tree up. Zoe,
so that
you're
almost
just
wanna-
bending the rules, but it's okay.
I just want to fix it. Do you wanna
Look, I'm
finish
going to
yours?
say, just on how far you got, I'm going to give round 1 to
Zoe.
Zoe.
Well done.
Because there was some geometry involved there that would have
Yes.
been quite challenging. Carl, I'm not sure what happened, buddy. I think the sword...
I think actually I had a tape issue.
Tape emergency.
But I think once I get my tape issue right, then I think I'll be fine. But
think of it this way. You're getting this out of your system now so that when wrap day actually comes...
You are sorted.
Okay. So, Zoe, beautiful. Set aside your presents. Now I'm going to need you to reach for the next 2 unconventionally shaped things. A ball. Almost impossible to wrap, yes, but I'm going to add that to a skateboard, okay?
Whoa.
You're going to have another 2 minutes to wrap this unconventional size present. Go for it.
Can we go?
We can go, girl. We can
Must
go.
it be wrapped together or can it be wrapped separately?
Well, it's up to you. If you've got the time, you can do it. I would go together, but it's completely up to you. I love it. And these are the kind of presents that I think a kid is going to be like blown away when you get it, because it's hours of fun. Something like a piece of sports equipment, a football you and your mates can play
much time do I have?
endlessly. How's it going there? We're in 20-second home straight run here. Oh, Carl is whistling a happy tune. Come on, is he going to bring it back in here?
Gonna try.
He's got it almost done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, put your papers down.
There.
Well
Look,
done.
look, look.
Ah, she
Put it
didn't
down.
press down hard enough. Round 2
Do you
goes
even
to
know?
Carolina. Oh, well done.
Because you don't know what it is.
But you get 2!
Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, our final challenge. Yes, you get the He-Man-esque sword, and we've got this gorgeous little golf set, which, yes, I did buy, I promise you, for my son. So your
just
2
wanna
minutes starts.
open the
in
wrapping paper.
3, 2, 1, go for it. Right, Carl's immediately gone for something.
I really like this. You know why? Because I've used this one before.
And it's gorgeous. But this,
Ooh, we lost a
we're
gift
gonna-
on the floor.
I think I'm going to take these gifts home because I absolutely love it. 30 seconds going. Carl, you've improved your technique as you've gone. You've streamlined.
I've tried my best here.
Oh, and Zoe's
See if
got
I
a
can
little
cover it up,
personalised
especially-
tag going on. 20 seconds to round off the Christmas cheer. Are the children going to be disappointed or excited? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! There we go. Well done, gang. Very, very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Carl, you at
Can you
least
lift
got
yours
it
up?
completed. Can you hold it up?
Yes, of course I can.
Can you remove your thumb?
Yes, I can.
Remove your thumb.
Can you move it away from your body?
Of course I can.
That's love. Listen, I think her only slightly arrogant tone reveals the winner today. Zoe, our reigning Crazy Store champion, takes it. Carl, you were a worthy champion this morning.
You know,
You
it was
just
a
didn't
gift
do it.
to be here.
The real gift
That's
is
it,
giving.
yes.
Zoe, you are our Crazy Store champion once again. Well done. Oh, you are spoiled for choice. I would give yourself longer than 2 minutes per present, okay, if you're going to
Please.
do it yourselves. But wrapping up your perfect gifts this year doesn't have to be a challenge. Don't be intimidated. With a beautiful and very wide variety of festive goodies found at the Crazy Store, you can go crazy, literally. And you can gift the most beautifully wrapped presents, and it's going to be an absolute breeze. So get in there, experience it for yourself. The Crazy Store really is a one-stop destination, not only for gifts, but now for all of the wrapping essentials that you need and the decorations as well. They have got you sorted. And with over 450 stores, can I choose a new winner? Am I allowed to choose a new winner? Little Callum is our winner. I love you guys. Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff found to surprise and delight the whole family.
I'm joking.
I don't know about Zoe. Always so competitive with these competitions. Well, I'm still here for it. And from Christmas wrapping to Christmas baking, you can go nuts with fun activities for the kids this festive season.
I've got an idea. Our slice, you spread, Ollie. This will get us going.
1, 2. Donuts peanut butter. Nuttiness you'll never forget.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, let's get nutty in the kitchen. We're talking about peanut butter, and it's one of our favorites. And it's a favorite recipe of someone by the name of Naledi Tsikosi. And she's produced something here that we're going to show you how to do, bring to life, and it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to do that right now in the kitchen, having fun. And we're going to grab that Clover Go Nuts peanut butter and make edible snowballs. Yeah, that's what's up. Why? Because December is officially tomorrow. So here to show us how is the beautiful... It's not Trinity. It's Michaela. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks to you.
Good. I love your look. I haven't seen you in ages. It's so like suave. So like yeah.
Suave.
Is that a word? Is it not a word? Okay, we're gonna go with it though. Suave. It's suave.
And we both have
It's
the
better than
slick
suave.
back going on. It's a
do.
vibe today.
Don't you love the fact that we got these new aprons?
New
as well,
aprons, I
matching
know.
the subtleties, like I mentioned.
Yes.
I brought the shirt to match. What did you bring? Wow,
shoes.
Doc Martens. I love it. Here for it. But look, we still got to have fun while we bake as well. We can't just chat and catch up.
Yes.
So what are we doing? Because it doesn't look like there's a lot of ingredients. We've got the hero right here.
Go
What else
nuts.
is happening? Yes, let's go nuts. What's the deal?
So we have some peanut butter, we
Okay.
have some peanut brittle, and we have some icing sugar, and then you have
Okay.
some coconut
All right,
over
okay.
there. And it's a 3-ingredient, go for gold, have fun recipe.
Go for gold, have fun recipe. All right. So the kids
So-
can get involved in this one, yeah?
100%. It's so easy. Might as well just let them do it.
Okay.
I mean, it might get a bit sticky because peanut butter is always questionable, but
That is true.
I love peanut butter so much.
No, you can't go wrong with it. It's
No.
essential. And it's good for you, too. I mean, listen to this. Clover Go Nuts smooth peanut butter. It's made from 90% choice-grade peanuts, perfectly grounded to create the smoothest, most spreadable peanut butter that is perfect for lunches, snacks, smoothies, or just about anything. I mean, look at the recipe we're doing. You can get creative, go wild, and it's the nuttiness that you are never going to forget. All right, and now also on top of this, Clover Go Nuts peanut butter is now available in an 800-gram serving, yes, for an even bigger energy serve up. Boom. I love it. I'm here for it, and I know all the peanut butter fans are definitely going to grab that. What's going on here? Is it
Okay.
supposed to look like this? Because this is tough. I mean, this is where we talk about the stickiness in peanut butter, right? And how it
100%.
can potentially make a mess, but you haven't done that yet.
I'm going to use my hand.
Okay.
Sorry, peeps. It's called an electric mixer, but it's attached to my body.
Would that actually work? Because, like, I'm looking at this.
100%.
Oh, okay. I thought it would just kind of get stuck in the...
Okay,
all the
so-
things that turn? whisk attachment?
Yeah, 100% that. That thing. Yeah, you nailed it. 10 points for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you just want to knead it all together.
Okay.
And that goes pretty easily.
All right, I see it actually coming together.
It is coming together.
I thought we were just going to end up with like stickiness and flour on the side. But it's actually combining together quite nicely. You just got to get some elbow grease in there. This is where they get the workout on, burning some calories while we're making and baking. I like it.
And then you're just going to eat them afterwards.
It's a perfect balance. It's like the cycle's complete. Burn the energy and then put it back. Burn the energy, put it back. I like that.
I'm just adding some more because it was a little bit dry.
So with the consistency you're going with here, obviously what you did earlier was a little bit too dry.
Yeah.
You're wanting to basically still see the peanut butter. It mustn't be too floury.
No, so you just want to get it to a point where it's all combined and it will stick together.
All right.
So we're almost there.
Just leaving me in like desperate anticipation here. I'm trying to figure out how this is.
Okay, and there goes the peanut brittle. And now it's going to be like even more dry, but you just keep going for gold and just bringing it together.
Keep working out.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
work those muscles.
Work
and then
it
you
out.
just pretend as if you're doing stuff over there.
Me?
Like you are.
Just pretend like I'm doing stuff, like I always do. Instead, I just distract you with my mouth. It's my specialty here. But I'm assuming once we're done with that step,
And
right?
then let's pretend as if I got it all into like a perfect ball,
Yes,
right?
okay, not far
Oh,
from it.
look at it.
Not far
Oh,
from
it's
it.
so perfect.
Oh, wow, it's perfect, Michaela. Well done.
Gosh, okay. There you go. And then you want to roll that in some coconut.
Okay, so I'm definitely dipping it in this, right?
Yes.
All right, get my sprinkle on.
Oh, look at that. Oh, we're such geniuses.
Yes, we are. You know what? Sorry, light bulb moment. It just made sense to me why this is now a snowflake, because we're adding the snow to the peanut butter balls.
Ba-dum-dush.
Ba-dum-dush. I was waiting for it. I was like, what? It all makes sense now. This is so cool. I get it. I get it. Christmas inspiration.
And look at that.
Ba, ba, ba. This is actually really cool. And coconut really goes well with peanut butter, I must say. So you've actually done quite a good job with
And if you want to level it up, you could toast that coconut.
No ways. Oh, toast it before I put it on, or toast
Yes.
it? Wow.
So it adds that little bit of like char.
Now we're talking. That's what it's about. Level up Christmas in Zanzi. You can do it. You can find the recipe, expressoshow.com. And of course, this is something that you want to include in any recipe, because when you get the kids involved, you can have fun in the kitchen at the same time and have an absolute joy. I mean, what more reason do you want than that, right? Well done. Nice job.
You should eat one.
Okay, deal.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, we are getting into the festive spirit, and it really is taking over our studio because it is the season to give back and express gratitude to those closest to us, and especially those in our hearts. And we have Chef Clem in studio. He's going to take us through the luxury gifts that's on offer at Woolworths. Now, this is luxury, dalala, luxury. Ooh.
So what I've done, because I'm a very considerate person, and I think about my co-presenters, so what I've done is I've put together a list of everything that I would like for Christmas, so you don't have to run around and think, what am I going to get Clem this year?
And yeah, I thought you were getting gifts for us.
Look, maybe. Okay, so these are absolutely my top foodie gifts.
These are top-tier gifts.
This
Can
is
I
top
just say
tier.
that?
I mean, it'll make absolutely anybody grin from ear to ear getting this for Christmas this year. So let's start off with the at-home barista, okay?
Okay.
So if you're really into your coffees, everything's right over here. You and I are talking about this. It's a portable coffee grinder.
And you charge it with a USB?
And, I mean...
And it grinds your coffee beans for you.
I mean, our friends would be sitting at the office, right? And you're just like, oh, Zoe, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just busy grinding my own coffee.
Busy grinding my beans.
You know?
But you made such a valid point. You were like, I can get 2 of these, one for coffee, one for spices.
And it sounds extra, but it's the truth. I'm going to get one for my coffee beans, one for my spices. I love grinding spices. Look, I know it's not what it's meant for, but, I mean, I just found another use for it, so I'm really excited about this one. So now you've ground your beans, and now you're going to need to make a coffee. I am so over little mocha pots that only make 1 espresso. We've got the 6 espresso maker. I just love the design as well. It's just fancy. It looks so different to every other mocha pot that you see. My favorite. I also like this.
I know.
And if you're cool now, we'll also throw in the Nespresso Virtual Next.
Ooh.
We won't throw it in, but we'll talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Now, I really love this. Raul's laughing in the background. I get all choked up because coffee, again, I'm so obsessed with coffee. And what I love about this Nespresso machine is that from your espressos to your grand lungos, it makes everything reach the barcode so you get the perfect cup of coffee every single time. And another thing for me is the slim design.
I love the slim design. It looks beautiful in the kitchen, but you can't go wrong with a gift for someone around coffee. Most people love coffee, and if they don't, you need to question why they're in your life.
True story, true story. So, over to the far side is the NutriBullet Pro, which is the official NutriBullet of espresso. It's the one that we use in the kitchen. And the Pro is just, it's got a 900-watt motor. It grinds, it just pulverizes, it juices. Everything you need your chopper to do, your blender to do, it does it.
This is the first time I'm seeing a NutriBullet lid
because you make
for a smoothie on the go.
Exactly.
This is clever.
I love that. I mean, we're so used to the design and its ability. We love it, and it has to be on every foodie's gift guide. Now, we're moving over to the Instant Vortex Plus with clear view technology. Because, okay, it now has a window on the front and the light inside. So you don't need to open it to see, check on the progress of your food. And you know the rule, if you're looking, you're not cooking. So you don't want to stop the cooking process. I can just you can literally see what's happening inside. Also, true story. This is bigger than my first apartment in Sea Point. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, the fact that you can... It is so spacious. I mean...
So yeah, you can actually, if I can just show this to camera, yeah, you can actually see the clear view, the little window.
I think it's genius. I think it's absolutely genius. And the fact that you can, I mean, the crisping technology in this Vortex is so amazing, you actually end up using 95% less oil. Which is... That's amazing.
That's healthy. So I'm one of those individuals where I don't replace items in the kitchen unless it's broken. Have you ever wished for a machine to break so that you can upgrade?
Why are we like this?
Why are we like this? We thought we were being saving and savvy, but
we like nice things. Now, in front of you...
I've been dying for you to tell me about these ARC products because I've seen it before. And this is just so... I think I just like it for its aesthetic.
The aesthetic, the functionality, and this is going to sound weird, but the touch and the process involved when you actually make your sparkling water. And by the way, it's the ARC Carbonator 3. Hectic name, but it's beautiful. If you just feel it, just feel that handle. It is steel, and it just feels so...
It feels solid.
It's mechanic, and it just feels like... I just love the feeling of it. And they are all steel. I mean, it's
So there's no electrical cord. You've got
No.
your gas canister in here.
And it allows you to make your own sparkling water at home. And it uses the regular gas canisters that we get in South Africa. Just the fact that you'd be, number one, less plastic because you're making your own water. But let's just be honest.
It's beautiful.
It feels so amazing.
Imagine you're having your guests over and be like, would you like still a sparkling water? Oh, no, we make our own.
We make our own.
We make our own.
Oh, yes, I love it. And the designs, you get the brushed steel, you get the white, you get the beautiful matte black, and then you get the copper one.
I saw the copper one. It's like a rose gold color.
Oh, my goodness. These are my top favorite. And if you're at home, would like to just spoil me. You know what I want.
Okay.
Ryle, Zoe, Kat, Carl, if you all put in together, I think this would be a beautiful game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, the R-carbonated 3, but actually any of these.
Any of these. So Chef Clem, you've now pointed out that any of these are your favorites, but if you had to now pick a gift for Megan, which one would she prefer? Which one would wifey prefer?
The NutriBullet.
The new NutriBullet.
Again, we've got one, but it would be so nice to have a second one. What would you pick for yourself?
Definitely the Arc sparkling thingy.
Yes, the R-carbonated 3. They are it's very special. Another thing, even down to the bottle, everything just feels absolutely amazing.
It's luxury.
Okay, you know what? There's 2 here. So
Okay, I'll take the white one. Thank you very
What?
much. Well, listen, luxury with love, that's all I'm saying. So you can shop all of these luxury homeware appliances and this beautiful Arc carbonated thingy. It's all available at Woolworths. You can shop it in-store, online, and on the Woolies app. You're so kind.
I try, yes.
Oh, yes, the festivities are here and they have only just begun, and we have some more exciting deals coming your way. Check it out.
Unlock the summer of champions. Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 5G on a 600-minute red core voice plan.
Yes, of course, so I had to bring you in this one because the festivities must continue. Even more reason to get excited right now because it's time to experience Red and unlock more this summer with Vodacom Red. And there are absolutely amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed.
No, they can't. Now, you can be a champion this summer with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 5G. Get 600 minutes at only 1,339 Rand per month for 24 months on a Red Core plan. And that's not all. You'll also unlock a free hotel voucher and 1,000 Rand free accessory spend. There are some T's and C's that apply, but a free accessory spend.
I like the hotel voucher as well because that means like you can use your new phone to show off your opulent living and take cool selfies.
Definitely.
And I think it's perfect for that. Now, with Vodacom Summer, you are not just a player, you're always a champion, and I absolutely love this. I mean, look at the styling of it, the covers especially.
Yeah.
What's weird to me is that I didn't think they'd actually be able to make a cover for this. I mean, obviously, taking into account how it folds, it's like, how are you guys going to get this right? But, well played.
These are really cool accessories that can go with it. Look at the watch. We obviously just saw the silicone cover. There is the watch that can go with it. That's another accessory to add. You also have Galaxy Buds that you can see and spend your 1,000 Rand voucher towards. That's beautiful, as well as the Samsung Smart Tags.
Yeah, those Smart Tags are impressive, I must just say. I don't know if anybody is aware of it, but like you can literally attach them to your keys, and anyone that loses their keys, you can find them anywhere.
I want to attach it to my cats and just see where they go.
That's actually quite smart. Like, what do you get up to when I'm not at home?
But if they lose their collar, I'm not going to be impressed.
It's got an expensive collar, yeah. But look, this is every reason to get involved, of course, and get involved in the ecosystem because they talk to each other, they work with each other, and it's kind of like having a company and an all-in-one opportunity to just create content. I don't know, phone people, I don't know. The list literally goes on, and you have every option when you do this. So like I said, you're always a champion, so you need to do the following. You need to make that switch to Red now and get that one-night stay on Vodacom and be a part of that incredible ecosystem. It is good.
Unlock the summer of champions. Travel the world and connect anywhere with flight discounts and international roaming. Get the new Samsung Z Flip 4 5G on a 600-minute Red Core voice plan for 1,339 Rand per month over 24 months and a free hotel voucher. Plus, get 1,000 Rand free accessory spend and make it the best summer ever with Vodacom, SA's leading network. Available in-store or online. Feather together. Vodacom.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, and as you can tell by the sound, it's time for another installment of, just wait.
What?
The Coloring Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting! My new mission is to find the most annoying way to make the ting, ting, ting sound. This is this week.
Oh.
Are you looking around?
Oh,
Are you looking
I am.
around? Tell you what, you can look around for the second part.
Okay, cool.
You can set it off. Okay. Putting everything back down. So, it's the festive season. We know that you're going to be at home. You're probably going to want to be experimenting in the kitchen, maybe spending some time working on recipes that you wouldn't normally spend under the rest of the year because it takes a lot of time.
Fruitcake.
And fruitcake. And one of those things is baking and breads. So I've called my friend Michaela into the studio today because expert baker. I can bake, but I want to leave it up to the professionals, and that's you, Michaela. You're going to make a delicious roosterkoek for us today, but that's not all.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what goes with this roosterkoek.
It's got a Mexican corn cheese filling.
I'm all about fusion cuisine.
I know, me too.
I love it.
And also, when these are warm and you like break them open, that filling is oozy and delicious.
So you actually kind of roosterkoek the vibe together with the filling?
You do!
Start.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Oil.
Mm-hmm.
Onion. Oh.
That's hot.
Nice.
So you're working on the filling right now?
Yes.
While you're doing that,
And you get to do the dough. But we can switch over at some point if you want me to do that.
So, I've got, is this regular flour?
Yes.
Regular flour.
All purpose.
All purpose. And then what have I got happening here? It's amazing.
We had some lukewarm water, some sugar, which fed our yeast. And
that's
bloomed.
the bloom. Ah, and it smells.
I love the smell of blooming yeast.
Yeah.
It like resonates throughout your whole house.
It smells like bread, like right there.
Yeah.
It's the smell of bread. So.
And if you want to know if your yeast is working or not, if it doesn't bloom and you don't get the smell, then chuck it. Please don't even try and make bread with it. I've used expired yeast before because you actually can, but sometimes
No,
it's
don't.
too far.
Just don't. Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Gooi it on in there. We also have 2 little blockies of butter over there that we're just going to use to enrich the dough a little.
What does
and some
enriching
salt.
mean?
It just means you are adding oils and like dairy into it to create like a softer, more delicious dough, basically.
I get you.
But you could actually do this excluding the butter. Roosterkoek is one of the most like chilled, versatile breads ever. You could even use self-raising flour. I've seen that, self-raising flour, and yogurt is another option.
Right, the 2 ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So we're gonna bring this to a nice ball.
Shaggy dough.
Some serious kneading, right?
Yes.
Okay, some serious kneading gonna happen.
And if you need more flour at any point, there's some over
Thank
there.
you. Okay, so a little bit of flour goes into the surface.
Yes. Oh my, look at that. It's just professional.
There's a reason for it. It's not just being fancy. When you're flouring a surface, if you end up flouring it down here, you're gonna get like a clump over there. So I like doing, can I actually do it how I do it?
I actually do it like that too. Do you gooi it? I throw.
I do the over the shoulder, I do like the almost like the salt bay vibe.
Do you?
But with the flour. Yes, it makes a mess because I probably will get flour on my shoulder. But literally at home, it's like this. It's like.
No, I do this. Oh yeah, I do this one.
And then I've also seen chefs do the this.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
I feel like that
we need
was-
slow motion shots, just like
need that.
someone
We need that.
watching you do that.
But then this does happen. You do get flour everywhere.
Yeah.
But also as a baker, I feel like that's
I don't
kind of like
mind.
you want to have.
You have to.
It shows that you've been working.
100%.
I love it. Okay,
Are you even in the kitchen if you don't get messy?
right?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so I'm gonna start kneading.
Perfect.
Such a soft dough. I love it.
Are you enriching it with that butter, or you chosen?
I was gonna ask. I normally add the butter at the stage when I knead it in, or was I wrong?
I start doing it in the kneading stage already because
cool.
you want it to go throughout the dough.
So I did the right thing.
Yes,
Okay,
100%.
cool. Talk to me about your filling.
So, onions, you want them to brown a bit more, but we don't have TV time for that. So, we added in some grilled / charred corn, because you just need that extra bit of burnt flavor, because burnt adds a lot of flavor.
That's what we used to say as chefs. Like if we burn something, we just say it's either smoked,
Yes.
or it's just like it's intentionally burnt, caramelized. Chefs are sneaky, eh?
Yeah, but the additional flavor of just that little bit of char, it adds so much texture in the whole world of flavor. You just need that.
I agree. Okay, so fast forward. This is
Did
the
you
dough
get it?
that we've rested, kneaded and rested.
100%. If you could divide that into like balls for me, because we want to roll them out into balls and then flatten them out so we can fill it with our pre-made filling, which lives over there. Clem's doing the mostest today and I'm just existing.
No, I love this. I love this. Also, it's not me behind the stove. I'm just over here. I'm taking instruction.
Nice.
So, how many
at you.
balls did you say?
Even that dough out, so probably 4.
Okay, so this is a pilot knife. Use a knife at home or
Yes. Or your hands.
Oh, you do?
I do. I just break them apart.
Okay, nice. Okay, so.
Are you doing double handing?
Yes, okay. The one thing is you can't have too much flour on your surface.
No.
So, let's go, yeah.
And in my pot, I've added some smoked paprika, chilies. We're going to add some salt.
Okay, while you're busy with that,
Yes.
got a voice note already.
Nice.
And it's Michelle on the line. Michelle, okay, put on the line. You got a voice note. Okay, let's hear Michelle's voice note.
Good morning, my Expresso family. This is Michelle here from Eden Park. I'd like to know if you use beer in the bread dough, does the bread actually taste like beer afterwards?
I like this question.
I don't think it always does.
No.
Because you're basically just getting the same reaction as you would with yeast.
Exactly.
Yeast has the almost exact same smell as like fermented beer. So you actually don't get that flavor too much.
You can play around if you do want some extra beery
Yeah.
flavor. Use ingredients like a milk stout in your bread.
100%.
That will give it some nice color as well.
Will be very deep in color.
Deep in color, but again, if you're using regular beer, you're not gonna get that intense beer flavor. It's just gonna actually taste more bread-like.
Yeah.
Which I love. Thank you so much, Michelle. I hope we answered your question. Okay, we've got 1 minute left, Chef.
Okay, so I've added different kinds of cheeses in here. We have some sour cream, some cream cheese, some strong cheddar, and some Parmigiano. Okay, so you just want to flatten it on out. Whoop, whoop. And I'm using my hand.
I'm gonna use,
You hit all the spoons!
I'm gonna use a spoon.
Okay.
I was hogging all the spoons.
You were. Okay, and just pinch the dough together. There we go. Make sure all your ends are closed. Sorry, mine's a little bit dirty looking now because I touched my hand in there.
Is there a technique or can I just fold?
No,
and
just
fold.
fold.
And fold.
And then you want to put it on a griddle pan. Boop.
I like it, I like it, I like
And just
it.
cook it until both sides are beautiful and charred and it's resin. Nice.
There we go.
Look at that. Look at
And
that.
if you want to make this recipe at home, get the recipe on expressoshow.com. Michaela spent a lot of time perfecting this recipe, and you're going to want to make it. We're using griddle pan, but you're going to want to make it on the braai at home. Michaela,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Not done. We're not done. We're back with the second part coming up soon.
Woo!
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Michaela and I are still busy in the kitchen. It's 7 o'clock, which means it's time for the news. We asked if we could do the news, and they said no. So here's Zoe Brown.
Oh, thank you, Clem. Well, listen, let's get into those national headlines for your 7 a.m. update. Chris Harney's killer, Janus Valus, has been stabbed in prison amid his imminent release on parole. Department of Correctional Services spokesperson Singabaku Nkumalo said the department would provide a detailed incident report at a later stage, but stated that Valus was stabbed and that he was receiving the necessary care. It's believed Valus was stabbed with a sharp instrument by a fellow inmate at the Kosi Mampuru Correctional Center in Tshwane. The Constitutional Court recently ordered that Valus be granted parole within 10 days. Staying with local news, Section 89 independent panel of experts will hand over its report on President Cyril Ramaphosa's alleged conduct to the Speaker of the National Assembly this morning. The three-member panel, led by retired Chief Justice Sandile Ngobo, has been assessing whether Ramaphosa has a case to answer on constitutional grounds for the alleged theft of foreign currency at his Palapala farm nearly 3 years ago. The panel was granted a 13-day extension to conclude its work by today. Moving to news abroad, when British playwright Patrick Hamilton wrote Gaslight in 1938, little did he know how often the word would be used in the 21st century. Merriam-Webster, America's oldest dictionary publisher, has just chosen gaslighting as its word of the year. Searches on its website for the word spiked by 1,740% this year. Gaslighting is the act or practice of grossly misleading someone, especially for one's own advantage. In this age of misinformation, of fake news, conspiracy theories, and Twitter trolls, gaslighting has emerged as a word for our times, Merriam-Webster said. And Malawi has begun vaccinating children as part of the world's first large-scale campaign against malaria. The RTSS vaccine, more than 3 decades in the making, was developed by pharmaceutical company GSK. Early trials show more than 30% of the 5 to 17-month-olds who received it were protected. Malawi believes it will play a key role in the fight against the disease, which killed some 2,500 infants in this country 2 years ago. Children under 5 account for about 80% of all malaria deaths in Africa, the World Health Organization says. Bringing it back home, festive season 2022 has arrived, and with it, the most magical time of the year. And this means thousands of fairy lights are once again thrilling everyone at Joburg Zoo's wildly popular Festival of Lights. The annual Festival of Lights offers visitors of all ages entertainment and a night out at the zoo with an enchanting collection of illuminating life-size animal characters, great food, and a craft night market. Moreover, festive goers can enjoy tranquil walks through the zoo on a lit-up route under trees decorated with enchanted lights. Joburg Ballet is presenting a festive package filled with highlights from Ian MacDonald's magical production of Cinderella, which recently enjoyed an acclaimed season at Joburg Theatre. The Festival of Lights will run until 1 January and is open daily from 7 to 10 p.m. except Mondays. It's the season to be jolly, and what better way to celebrate it than visiting Johannesburg Zoo for the annual Festival of Lights. Well, on that light note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Of course, it's time to take a look at all the sporting action that's been taking place. And first up, of course, we are talking about the World Cup soccer news. Goals from Ismaila Sarr as well as Khalidou Koulibaly sent Senegal into the World Cup knockouts for just the second time in their history, with the winner in dramatic 2-1 fashion over Ecuador. Now, Senegal needed a win to guarantee progression, while Ecuador only needed to avoid defeat. Now, in other news, the Netherlands claimed a 2-0 win over Qatar to end top of Group A, 1 point ahead of the African champions. Now, on top of this, Marcus Rashford also scored twice as England beat Wales 3-0 to win Group B. Christian Pulisic netted the winner as USA finished second in Group B with a 1-0 win over Iran. Well, There is more World Cup action coming out just a bit. We're going to be chatting about that. But let's carry on with all the sporting headlines and moving over to the hockey news, where South African hockey men defeated France 2-1 to book a place in the semi-finals of the FIH Hockey Nations. Now, Devin Cock, on his 50th cap for the national team, drew South Africa level after Corentin Celia gave the visitors the lead. Now, Keenan Horn was on hand, however, to bundle the ball home and give the host the lead for the first time in the game. Now, 2-1 is how it stayed, with South Africa playing Ireland in their final pole game taking place tomorrow. Let's move over to some Formula One news. And Formula One Ferrari Formula One boss, Matteo Binotto, has handed his resignation and will leave at the end of the year. Now, Binotto has been with the team since 1995 and worked his way up through the company to first head the engine department, then be technical director of the entire F1 team, and finally to lead it. Now, he leaves at the end of the season, in which Ferrari achieved their goals of returning to winning races, but which was marked by a series of reliability failures and operational errors. Ferrari did, however, say that they had started the search for a replacement. Continuing with our headlines in sport and moving over to golf, where Tiger Woods has joined Rory McIlroy in calling for Greg Norman to quit as boss of the breakaway Live Golf Tour. Now, Woods believes it is possible for the PGA Tour to negotiate the settlement with the Saudi Arabia-funded Live Tour, but only if Norman steps aside. Now, earlier this month, McIlroy said that the Australian former world number one needed to, and quote, exit stage left, unquote. Now, speaking before this week's Hero World Challenge, Woods called on Liv to suspend their legal action against the PGA Tour. Well, that's all that I have for you when it comes to sporting news. We'll catch up in the next hour. For now, though, it's time to find out what's happening on the roads and see the latest in traffic news. And here's Zoe.
Thank you, Raul. Well, let's see what's happening on your roads in KZN. In Mount Edgecombe, there's roadworks on the N2 between KwaMashu Interchange and Umhlanga Interchange. Expect delays. And in Johannesburg, Midrand, there's a stationary truck on the N3 northbound before Modderfontein Road. The left lane has been affected, so please drive carefully. In Mpumalanga on the N2, there's been an accident with a tanker. The road is closed between Piet Retief and Pongola on the N2. Please use an alternative route this morning. Well, that's where I leave your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. Now, when some 200 countries meet in Montreal, Canada in the near future at the UN Biodiversity Summit, environmentalists see it as the best and last chance to halt and reverse the decline of nature. Biodiversity refers to all the different living things on Earth and how they fit together in a delicate web of life. This, as habitat loss, is one of the biggest threats to nature. Some key ambitions for the summit includes turning 30% of the Earth's lands and seas into protected areas by 2030. The summit comes in the wake of a disappointing outcome at the UN climate conference COP27 in Egypt. While wildlife charity WWF welcomed a fund for climate change fueled loss and damage, established in a final agreement at COP27, it said the failure to agree to more ambitious action to emission reduction meant, and I quote, the goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius is slipping away with disastrous consequences for the world, end of quote. Well, for your final weather update this morning, let's look at those sunrise views. Rumeisa Rashid captured this stunning view of the wispy clouds, and this was captured in Danhauser in KZN. And then Vispele from Sazela snapped this picture-perfect view of the sun glimmering over the ocean while outside enjoying the morning views. Claudel Sutton shared this view of her last morning away on holiday in Umhlanga, and as what she calls it, the Hawaii of South Africa. And last up, we have this incredible video that was sent in from Lajesh while away on holiday in Mumbai. He decided to share the sunrise views with his Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. thank you for thinking of us and enjoy the last bit of your holiday. Well, if you have a beautiful video or sunrise view that you would love to share via photo, please do so on our WhatsApp line. That number's on your screen right now. It's 063 408 8863. Let's get into today's temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, a low of 13, a high of 27 can be expected. Mbombela, 13.28. Pretoria, 13.27. Johannesburg, 12.26. Mahikeng, 17.29. Klerksdorp, 16.31. Kimberley, 19.29. Bloemfontein, 15 with a high of 31. In KZN, Richards Bay, 18 is your low, 25 your high. Pietermaritzburg, sunny, 16 with a high of 30. Durban, 18.25. Mthatha, 19.33. East London, 23 with a high of 33. If you're in Cradock, 18 is your low, 36 your high. Gqeberha, 21 with a high of 26. George, 16.21. Cape Town, 16.22. Hot conditions for Worcester, 15 is your low, 37 your high. Sutherland, 13.32. And also very hot conditions in Uppington, a low of 23 and a high of 37 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, the feel good continues, so don't go anywhere, Mzansi. After this, we're heading to the kitchen. Zoe's going to cook up some triple chocolate cupcakes. Oh, who can say no to that? It's like kryptonite. And then on top of that, we're also going to be diving into all the social media highlights of the Qatar World Cup, which is currently right now happening. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. I'll see you after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, well, Listen, it's your feel-good breakfast show, and the search is on for 5 of South Africa's best bakers with Golden Cloud and Beacon. And this Christmas, we have added a little twist to the competition. Our 5 finalists will each be paired with a professional chef as they bake off to stand a chance to win the grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash. Now, entries have been coming in hot, and the competition is already looking right. In fact, it's looking tight. Now, to give you some inspiration for your entry bake into the Golden Search Baker, in fact, the Golden Baker Search Season 3, we are making decadent triple chocolate cupcakes, and I can't do it by myself. We have asked Naletsi, the 13-year-old up-and-coming baker and lover of food, to come and join us in studio. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
I know it's not your first time, but it's my first time with you in the kitchen, so I'm super excited. We are making triple chocolate cupcakes. How much do you love chocolate on a scale of 1 to 10?
12.
Ah, see? There we go. We are lovers of chocolate. We've got that in common. So talk me through this recipe. How are we going to start off?
First, we are going to use our cake mix.
Yes. And that's amazing. What's great about our Golden Cloud cake mix is it really is quick, it is easy, and all you need to do is add your eggs, your oil, and your water or milk, and it only takes you about 30 minutes to bake. Now, you can have your favorite homemade chocolate cupcakes in just 30 minutes, and that is what myself and Naletsi is showing you. So while you are using the cake flour that is everything already mixed, I'm going to grab the icing sugar, because I think that's going to be my task for today, is to get starting on our icing sugar.
Yes.
So now you're going to mix in the dry ingredients with some of the wet ingredients. Tell me, where did your love for baking come from?
I started loving baking when I was in lockdown and bored. Then my siblings and the internet proposed to me the idea of baking.
Oh, fantastic. So what are you doing now?
Now I'm going to be adding some water and sunflower oil.
So we're adding a bit of water and oil, and then you're giving that a good mix. You're really showing us how quick and easy it is to use our Golden Cloud cake mix, because it really makes life that easy and convenient. Do you mind if I grab those scissors from you, because I'm struggling with this packet? Thank you, my dear. And I'm going to get cracking on our icing sugar. We're going to use the icing that is provided within our cake mix. We're going to add that to some room temperature butter that I'm just going to give a quick cream. And then I'm going to add the icing sugar. We'll just add it. It's going to make a bit of a mess, but this is the fun of it. Now, tell me, I'm queen of making little faux pas and little mistakes in the kitchen. When you've been baking, has there been a moment where a recipe didn't turn out the way you had hoped?
Many, many times, especially when I was attempting to bake cake.
What were some of the mistakes you made? The only reason I'm asking you is I tried making my first coffee cake when I was probably about your age, and I made the mistake because the recipe called for 1 cup of coffee. So what I did was I took the coffee and I filled it with 1 cup, and I added a cup of dry coffee powder to the recipe, and it was a complete disaster. Only afterwards I learned that you were supposed to make a cup of coffee and then add that to the recipe.
Oh.
So you see how I misread that information?
Yes.
Well, we are making triple chocolate cupcakes, so I'm going to add a little bit of milk just to get more liquids into our icing mixture. I'm going to add some cocoa powder, as well as some vanilla essence, and just a little pinch of salt. Look at this! Are you happy with this consistency?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So now that we have got our icing ready, we have got our cupcakes ready, we're obviously going to have a lot of fun and pipe it. Would you like to have the honors of piping our icing?
Why, yes.
I'm going to move that closer to you. And I mean, we're also using our Beacon chocolate, which is loved by South Africans since 1938. It's also available in a decadent dessert range, including malva pudding, chocolate brownie, and peppermint tart. You can play around with whatever flavor you want to go for. I'm a lover of white chocolate. I don't know how do you feel about white chocolate?
You know, between white chocolate and regular chocolate, I am an adamant white chocolate lover.
Are you also a white chocolate lover? Okay, we've got another thing in common. So I'm going to use the ivory cream, and we're just going to give it a little bit of a grate. That looks perfect. And I'm going to look at that. Your piping skills are on point. Can I just say that?
Really?
Yes. And I'm
Thank
just gonna
you.
add. I feel like when I use this thing, it goes everywhere but where I need it to go. Look at that. Oh. Now, let's see, what did you think of our cupcakes? Was it nice and easy?
Yes, very.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 2 siblings, actually.
Do they love it when you bake for them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Are you also a lover of raw batter?
Yes, I do really like raw batter.
Oh, see, we have so much in common. I love this. Well, it's great having you here. Thank you for showing us how easy it is to use the Golden Cloud cake mix to make the triple chocolate cupcakes. If you would love to get your hands on it, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you want to be one of the 5 finalists competing on Expresso for the grand prize of 50,000 Rand in cash, well, the winning contestant and chef duo will be crowned live here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now to enter, bake with Golden Cloud like we just did and Beacon, and snap a picture and share your bake using that hashtag Golden Baker Search 2022 and tell us why you should be a finalist. You can WhatsApp those entries to 078 102 0321 and stay tuned over the next few days to get more tips and tricks on how to make your entry bake stand out from the rest, like we did.
Oh, yes, we are at that stage of the day where we talk about all the action when it comes to the World Cup, of course, and with the business end of the group stages being kicked off last night, the final round of matches are set to be determining which sides progress and which sides crash out. All right, so we are live. It is in Qatar. It's happening right now. So let's say good morning to everybody out in Qatar right now. Hello over there from your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, Qatar, who were already eliminated, faced the Netherlands, and Senegal took on Ecuador. The USA squared off with Iran, and England played rivals Wales. This all happened yesterday. And just to plug you in on the first up, we had Ismail Assar, who kept his cool to score a first-half penalty, and captain Khalidou Koulibaly netted a second goal as Senegal beat Ecuador 2-1 to earn a place in the last 16. I'm here with Lorenzo, though, man. You obviously got all goods when it comes to sport. Ooh. What do you think of the action so far? What do you think of that game?
Yo, Guy, firstly, congratulations to our brothers from Africa.
Yes!
Come on, man, come on. We are showing them that we need more places in the World Cup.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
put
You know,
it like that.
I was getting my fade cupped in yesterday while that game was happening, and a lot of the foreign nationals were losing their minds.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see how many people are in and here for this, and how a nation can come together no matter where you are.
No matter where we are at the moment, and I'm loving that, and it's perfect. We need more African representation at the World Cup, and to go that last 16, even better. Now we need Ghana to come through as well. Yeah. I know Cameroon. One of those things. But then again, props to Valencia, the captain of Ecuador. He comes out only at the World Cup, and he fired. Yeah, definitely. Captain's run all the way. Just stumbled at the end, but they should be proud of themselves.
They definitely should. Now, listen, obviously, for the Senegal fans, there was non-stop action and non-stop celebrations happening in the stadium. The players literally celebrating with them after the final whistle. I mean, look at this little clip we got here. Football Senegal coming through with this one. It is erupting, man. When I was in the stadium for the Saudi Arabia game with Argentina, this is what stands out for me in the World Cup. The way the fans lose their minds and get behind their players. It's like they've won the World Cup. Some of these games mean so much to them. It's amazing.
Yeah, we don't always get to see this, and it's so nice now with social media. We're part of it. We get involved with it as well, so I'm loving that.
And listen, not only in the stadium, right? Yeah. The celebrations continue. I mean, there were also scenes of celebrations on the streets of the capital in Dakar. I mean, look at this in their hometown, celebrating their people.
all the way. I'm loving it.
It's amazing. I mean, a global event that has so much impact that it can literally bring a nation to a standstill just so that they can celebrate. That's what it's about.
2010, all over again. I'm loving this. Whenever I see these vibes within our African countries, it's like it brings me back to 2010. It's like waka,
oh yes, man. Now let's move on and let's talk about some more of the action. The USA also took on Iran, having drawn their previous 2 matches and obviously needing a win to guarantee progression. So there's a lot of pressure on them for that. Head coach Greg Berhalter knew how important the game was and gave this team talk after the draw against England. Check this out.
Iran's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a tough game. You're going to need the same focus, the same intensity. Trust me, it's going to be a difficult game. Right? Enjoy this. I think you should enjoy this because this game...
These are those pivotal moments. I know we're dying to hear this, but at the same time, it's important to obviously mention this is that moment that creates that turning point for many teams at a stage like this. It gets the team waking up. Hello. You realize where you are.
Come on.
And that's one of those moments right there. Right?
Any given Sunday. All over again.
Yeah, man.
We need those moments.
And it clearly worked, right?
It does.
It clearly worked. I mean, look, the USA obviously claiming a narrow win, and that was all thanks to the goal from Christian Pulisic at the, well, that was obviously when USA secured their second place in Group B and a place in the last 16, the business end, as we mentioned, right? On top of this, Wales also took on England, knowing that nothing less than a win would do if they wanted to progress, and the match obviously saw England run out 3-0 winners, and that thanks to a brace from Marcus Rashford as the Three Lions secured top spot in Group B. What do you make of Marcus, man, at the moment?
Look, I need to give props to Foden as well.
Yeah.
He did absolutely well because the thing is he set up quite a few and then came back as well. Battle of Britain, lots to play for between those two nations. But we all knew that England was going to take it.
Yeah.
We just didn't know what the scoreline was going to be.
Yeah, we couldn't get the prediction quite on it. But again, a win nonetheless. Ahead of the game, Welsh attacker Dan James gifted tickets to the volunteers at the Wales training base in a classy touch from the Federation. I absolutely love this. This is what it's about.
Definitely.
Always paying it forward, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. And this is just a clip of that actually taking place, going down right now. Football fans must be losing their mind. Imagine seeing something like this. Well, let's head to the world of TikTok. Obviously, a TikTok user was claiming something crazy. Listen to this. Claims to be a time traveler. He shared a bizarre clip showing the final of the World Cup and included teams and the score. Now, the user goes by the name World Cup Time Traveler. Now, he shared this television footage of full-time scenes of matches which they claim to have taken in the future. What do you even mean?
He's ahead of his time.
We had the octopus the last time around predicting.
Yeah.
Now things have just stepped up. We've got a whole human being going into this. I mean, what do you make of this footage?
Like,
interesting.
You know what, I'm going to say that obviously we know that some people are going to want to predict things, and especially the Brazilians, so they're putting a lot of things out there. We saw that, you know, AI's coming out with the whole thing with Ronaldo and Messi sitting on a chessboard, them predicting that's going to be the final.
100%.
Are they moving to the same club? Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Well,
time travelers are there.
We're live, obviously, coming to Qatar. So let's say goodbye to our Qatarians right now. And thank you once again for plugging into this one. Lorenzo, it's always great having you out here, having your expertise and advice, and having a good chat about all things World Cup. I mean, there's so much to chat about always, but glad and good to have a refreshing mind like yours.
Always.
Predictions
I'm ready
for tonight's game?
There's going to be some upsets, and I think I'm going to support the Aussies down under against Denmark.
Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi! So I'm thinking the Aussies might just cause an upset later today. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, looking forward to the action, of course, and looking forward to more action coming right here from the Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere.
Stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand with Play.coza when you watch Tropica Island of Treasure. Simply SMS PLAY to 41191 or scan this QR code and follow the steps to enter. You could be winning your own treasure of 10,000 Rand. T's and C's apply and can be found on Play.coza. Let's play with Play.coza. You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Those gorgeous hot summer days on our doorstep. We need to ensure that we've got summer essentials to keep us protected from the sun. And here to give us some tips for the ultimate sun protection this summer is Island Tribe brand manager Zizipo Kuma and owner of Prior Eyewear, Sergio Moreira. Hey, Sergio. I know Sergio. I know you, man. I know you, guy. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and just in time for summer.
Just in time for summer. Zizi, I'm going to start off with you because it's the months are becoming warmer, the days are becoming longer, and of course, more and more people are spending time around the pool, outdoors, and at the beach. How is Island Tribe keeping those on holiday as well as those in South Africa protected from the sun?
We're making sure that Island Tribe is there to keep you protected. So what we do is we have a wide range on Island Tribe, as you can see, from kiddies range to adults range. We've got different formats like your sprays, your lotions with a light feeling so that you can be able to wear it in any occasion that requires you to be outside. We are proudly keeping our South Africans protected in taming the sun these coming holidays.
We're going to need to tame the sun because looking at the weather reports we've been doing daily now, it's like, always use Uppington as a yardstick. And when she starts pushing 38, 39, you're like, okay, summer is here. A very competitive market, Zizi. How do you guys stay ahead of the game? What do you think sets you apart?
You know, we're a proudly South African brand.
Yeah.
So the fact that we are made by a leading pharmaceutical company, which is Adcock Ingram, so that can tell already that we are a credible brand that knows the South African skins, because we know South Africa is a diverse country. We have different skin tones. It does keep you protected because we have super great protection against the UVA and the UVB rays with a harsh on your skin. I love the fact that we've got quite a wide range, wide sprays, different sprays, aerosols, trigger sprays, because sometimes it's so difficult to put sun protection on kids. They always run around. But now with the trigger spray,
you can shoot it at each other. Exactly.
Yeah,
and Jack and I literally do that. We literally shoot it at each other in the hopes that something's going to get on.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's balanced, and there literally is something for everyone. I get that, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of something for everyone, if you're going to be, you know, owner of Prior Eyewear, you have to wear it. And of course, it looks incredible, Sergio.
Thank you.
You have mastered eye care and eye protection with Prior Eyewear. Can you tell me a little bit more about the benefits associated with wearing polarized eyewear?
Yeah, so I mean, as much as you protect your skin when you're outside, you've got to protect your eyes. So, you know, you have your UV 400 lenses, your polarized lenses, and the big thing with polarized lenses is that it helps us to protect us from the glare. So we're walking outside, you know, we're like straining our eyes, we're getting frown marks, and there's horizontal light that kind of bounces off everywhere. So like the ocean, the walls, the snow.
Clouds, yeah.
And it just like hits us from all angles. So polarized lenses actually help to kind of protect that. So you're not straining your eyes. So therefore giving you that extra clarity, yeah.
And they look beautiful, man.
They do.
Yeah.
Stunning, dude.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
Zizi, I love you guys because you sponsor Rugby World Cup Sevens. That's enough. You had me at hello. That's all I needed. But there is something about the South African DNA that is interwoven into sports events like that. So it stands to reason that a proudly South African brand would get behind something like that. What's next for you guys? Can we look forward to another big party in the sun?
What's coming now is we understand that it's a holiday season. Petrol price has gone up.
Yeah.
Island Tribe is giving away free petrol for a year.
Get out.
If you buy any of our products at the leading retail stores, you stand a chance to win free petrol for a year. So we're trying to say to people, go out there, tame the sun. You don't have to stay at home because petrol price has gone up. Secondly, we're also giving away a trolley dash in some selected leading retail stores to give them away groceries with 2,500. If they buy again Island Tribe, and they go onto the QR code that will be shown on the store that they visit, and then they can enter and stand a chance to win that. That's not all. As a main prize, we're giving away a trip for 5 nights to Mauritius. So we're just making sure that we're out there looking out for our South Africans, not just looking out after their skin, but making sure that we letting them go outdoors, and we're saying, hey, go outdoors, enjoy yourself, tame the sun with Island Tribe.
Oh.
That's mental health. I love that. Our future's so bright, we got to wear shades.
We look good do. Doing it.
100%.
We have to. Well, Sergio, where can we get our hands on some prior eyewear? And talk to me about the different shapes and styles. I feel like we need to get a pair.
Yes,
I think you could do with some great glasses.
Yes, I think so. So we got our website, www.prior-eyewear.com. So there you got the full selection, all our collections. You can go through there and check it out. We also have boutique stores around Cape Town and 1 or 2 in Joburg. When it comes to styles, I mean, we all have different shapes of faces and stuff, so we do have a wide collection. We've got about 40 different colors and styles and about 9 collections. So under each of those collections, you'll have a different colorway of acetate. So you can kind of go into one of our stores, try it on, see what fits you. If you have a bit more of like a rounded face, I would go for something a bit more like squared, just to kind of break off that round. Oval is like a good all-round face that kind of like suits everything. And if you've got more of like a squared face, you know, work with something that's a bit more got rounded edges just to soften off those like chisels.
Both of you are just screaming summer and holiday in one, and now I'm just ready for a holiday in Mauritius.
Yeah, and a year's free petrol. Come on. Oh, we should have opened with that, actually. Guys, we love you. Thank you for helping us tame summer. Protecting ourselves from the sun should be on the top of our list this summer because it really does matter. And with collaboration of Island Tribe and Prior Eyewear, we are sorted. And I stress we are sorted, hopefully.
On the beach, at a braai, playing sport or chilling. Hashtag join the tribe, because protecting our skin from the harmful rays of the sun makes for a lifetime of good times. Tame the sun with Island Tribe.
Oh, yes, it's summer, summer, summertime. And I'm here for it. And that's why we are giving you the chance to win big with Island Tribe and Prior Eyewear. And that's by replying to the weekly competition question and filling in the blank. Now, it goes like this. It's not summer without... Well, the question was up to you to decide. And today, we have our lucky winner on the line. Can I get a drum roll, please? It's Vishnu Narayan Maharaj! Yay! Yes, please. We have a winner, and listen to this comment. It goes like this. He said, it's not summer without the beach and a braai. Hashtag join the tribe, hashtag Prior Eyewear. We got Vishnu on the line right now. Vishnu, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Congratulations, man. How are you feeling? You're a winner.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited. I'll be using it all the time. Thank you.
Yes. Firstly, did I get the pronunciation of your name correct?
Absolutely correct.
Yes, I'm a winner as well. Listen, man, are you excited as I am, especially to use the Island Tribe products, as well as the epic-looking Prior Eyewear this summer?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm just waiting for to use the sunscreen.
Yeah, definitely slap it on because the sun's about to come out and summer is going to be absolutely exceptional. And I'm hoping that we've put a smile on your face this morning as well, Vishnu.
Yes.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you for taking part in the competition. Congratulations. And now you're one step closer to having an absolutely magical summer. I wish you nothing but the best, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Have a beautiful one. And you, Mzansi, don't feel left out because you also stand a chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of R1,000 and a pair of those premium handcrafted Prior Eyewear sunglasses. Now, that's all to the value of R1,490. And that can happen weekly. So how you do it, you simply tell us what your ideal summer holiday looks like by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. And, of course, don't forget to include the hashtag, just like Vishnu did. And that's, of course, using the hashtag Join the Tribe and the hashtag Prior Eyewear. So tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes on the 30th of November. Your T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up, get entering, and become a weekly winner. Booyah!
Stand the chance to win an Island Tribe hamper to the value of R1,000 and a pair of premium handcrafted Prior Eyewear to the value of R1,490 every week. Simply answer the weekly competition question by replying to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include hashtag Join the Tribe and Prior Eyewear. Tame the sun with Island Tribe. The competition closes 30 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's time for the second part of the Culling Hotline. Bling! Ding, ding, ding! Did you find your thing?
No.
Okay, so the next one you're gonna have to find your thing to make a lot of noise. Too late. Should we do it one more time just for the killer to make a noise?
No.
It's the Culling Hotline. Bling! Ding, ding, ding! People at home are saying try harder, but you got one more chance. Okay, so we're back with the second part of the hotline.
Okay.
Your roosterkoek, by the way, crowd favorite.
Nice.
We've had to stop people from taking them off the table, but they'll get some at the end.
I didn't realize those had to be there the entire time.
Yes, they do have to, just to make sure that no one actually gets them. But what are we making now?
Portuguese rolls.
Okay, yes.
A good old Portuguese roll with, I don't know if this is something that other people do, but our family, we always do either apricot or strawberry
Your Portuguese
jam.
family, tell me what do you guys do?
And cheese.
Describe
on a Sunday after church.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Are you coloured?
Basically.
Wow, that sounds like a... Okay, describe the perfect Portuguese roll. What makes a Portuguese roll a Portuguese roll?
Crispy outside,
Yes.
fluffy inside. Ooh, and that dusting of flour on the top.
Dusting of flour. I wanna know that I ate a Portuguese roll. I wanna wear the flour
face.
at the end. Okay, so let's start. Where do we go?
So, we make the dough. Make the dough, we have some flour, make a little well. Okay, we have some bloomed yeast and some water. Nice. It was fed with some sugar.
Is there something, like your do's and don'ts, but give me more the don'ts. What should you not do when you're mixing a dough?
Never, ever, ever add the salt to your yeast while it's blooming, because it will kill it.
Okay.
It does not feed the dough. Sugar feeds the yeast.
Okay, cool. So the sugar, when do we add the salt then?
Afterwards. So at this point, I throw it on in there.
Perfect timing. All right.
Okay. And then we also have some butter, once again, because we're making a bit of an enriched dough.
I like this enriched dough that we're teaching everyone.
I know, I love it.
So tell me, we're going to pop this aside to proof, and that's when the dough rises?
Yes.
Gets its volume. Is there such a thing as over-proving?
Yes. And unfortunately, with our pre-made roosterkoek dough this morning, it was sitting for a little bit long. So what happens is the air pockets become very large, and it becomes very, very sticky. And then you kind of have to realize, no, I can't use that anymore. And then it just doesn't cook right, it doesn't rise right, the texture goes off. It's more like a weird, chewy, gummy kind of texture in the end.
And we're not making pasta?
No, we're not.
I got you. I got you.
100%.
Thank you for that. So this dough, how long would you say we would prove it for?
About an hour or until doubled in size. Sometimes yeast acts a little bit quicker than other times. And with some doughs, you kind of let it rise, and then you want to beat it down again, and then let it do a double proof. And then, with doughs like brioche, you want the gluten to be good, but also you want the texture to be soft. So you'd actually want to do an overnight proof, and to slow down the proof, you do it in the fridge. You can proof in the fridge.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so you're now...
Of course you knew that, Clem. You didn't have to play dumb.
This is TV, okay?
You know everything.
No, but I do like the idea of also proving dough in the fridge, because you develop more flavor.
It's so good.
Okay, so maybe we should chat more about proving in the fridge in another episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're kneading your dough.
Yes.
When do we know that we're done kneading?
So the texture will become smooth. So if you look at it right now, you can see there's still like a bit of flour particles in there, and the texture's just not right. You can see the glutens haven't developed at all, so it doesn't become stringy.
It just pulls apart.
If you try and pull that one apart, there should be a little more give, 100%.
Okay, that's what you want, just a little more give.
Yes.
Okay.
So you want the dough to become completely smooth. So that one that you have, there's no longer like bitsy texture to it.
And can you give me your kneading technique? Because you got the push, and then just kind of like the swirl back.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your technique?
Mine is, no, it's kind of the same, but like, I kind of like really...
I do that too, though. I do it with the palm of my hand, and I push it out.
Then pull it back with the fingers. That's what I do. And then obviously, you can do the...
There's also like the
The really intense two-handed knee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we use that one for pottery. When you're kneading the actual clay, you could do that one. Or you could go all out and do the slap.
The slap.
Yeah.
And by the way, yes, Michaela does make some really beautiful ceramics and pottery. Go check out on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
K's Fierce Foliage, underscores in between.
Check it out. She bakes, she pots.
I'm currently doing a miniature series, so that's lots of fun. It has been on our show. It was featured on one of the...
Wow!
Yeah, when we did mini croissants.
Done. Okay, so dough is looking good. It's been kneaded. Can you want to step over here? What's next?
So you'd want to get this out into a ball. Then you kind of want to bring it out and fold it over. And Portuguese rolls usually have that like little seam in it, and you just want to pinch them together. Like so, to get a bit of a seam on the top.
Is that going to make one roll?
Well, in this case, we're doing one huge ass roll because you just gave it to me that way.
Cool.
Okay, so this is going to be a big roll.
So it's going to prove again, it's going to double in size.
Sunday morning roll.
A Sunday morning roll. I do like that. It's also something quite special about making your own rolls at home. It's so easy to make.
It's all about you.
It is.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to be so thoughtful. I do believe in like the thoughts and your energy at the time like relate to the food, especially bread. No, it's the truth.
I'm judging this.
I cannot cook if I'm in a bad mood, if I'm overtired.
No, it flops every single time.
Every time. I've got to be in the best mood, and then the food comes out amazing. What are you brushing on there now? Milk.
Milk.
Why? Why milk?
You want an even color throughout, and also if you use egg yolk, you get that like sometimes a little bit of a lumpy
I get you.
finish.
I get you.
Okay,
So this still gives us that beautiful lacquered finish.
It does.
And then the flour.
Flour.
And again, I don't think there's a quantity for this part, right?
No.
You kind of just
flour the top.
go with it.
Yes.
And again, I like my Portuguese roll to be like flour. That's good. I like that.
Should we like shift it around?
So once you've baked this,
allow it to prove again before you bake. Like once you've handled the dough, allow it time just to rise back up, because you gave it quite a working there.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then we bake it in the oven. What you want to do to get that perfect crust is, you can do this with any of your breads. You put a sheet pan at the bottom, fill it with room temperature water, because you're going to preheat the oven and the water will come back up to temperature. Put it in the oven, and the steam created from that water will allow for that crispy crust.
I love it. And if you want to get the full recipe from Michaela, check out the recipe on expressoshow.com. Michaela, are we done with you this morning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but we're not done with the hot love. We'll be back for part 3, so stay tuned.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Time now for a little inspiration as we turn our attention to the Imibala Trust, a registered NPO which works with children of school age whose lives are being affected by poverty. Now, the organization was founded by Gaynor Rupert in 2002 with a vision to support, nurture and develop vulnerable school children from underprivileged backgrounds in the Helderberg Basin, Cape Town. Now, Risa Ackerman, Sustainability and Marketing Lead for the Imibala Trust, now joins us to tell us a little bit more, and he's brought two of the young superstars who are going to be performing for us a little bit later this morning, Quintus and Monique. Good morning, guys. How are you feeling? Are you nervous about being on TV? No, you mustn't be nervous because you're superstars and we're going to see you perform. Reese, I applaud you and what you guys are doing in the most fundamental way. You are changing young lives because dance can do that. When you encounter the level of poverty that so many families are living through in South Africa right now, it is a cruel monster. Looking at it from this perspective, when we start to think about sponsoring a child through this phase of their life, what does that mean to you? Why is this so powerful?
Well, sponsoring a child is nowadays is super easy actually at Imibala.
I love that.
Yeah, so we try to get the children from a young age and then carry them through their careers. So like with both Quintus and Monique here, they started at in our ballet program in grade 1, and now it's obviously their final year this year. So we carried them through. So with the sponsored child program, you can sponsor a child for a full year, 4,400 Rand. We have a partnership with Veldskoen, so we give them a pair of Veldskoen, socks and underwear for the girls and the boys, and in a school bag with the necessary essentials just to help the parents.
The basics,
because, and 4,400 Rand is really...
that goes a long way.
Not only are you helping this child, but you're actually helping that family and community.
There are key pressure points. My relationship to dance, I think because I saw how powerful it is as a developmental tool, especially for young men to understand the relationship between a man and a woman and how to treat each other with respect, how to discover your body and what it can actually do. There are so many kind of critical growth points that this feeds. How do you guys approach it? What is your main focus? Where is your heart at through this process?
Well, with Imibala, we're trying to help as many young South African children that need it. So if it's from our sponsored child program where we help a child in need with a school uniform and stationery, etc.
Essentials.
Or through our creative and performing arts, which is obviously they're part of the ballet. So we do loads of other programs in the creative field with art. We have a more therapeutic approach, which is really amazing from the broken backgrounds that some of the children come from in that.
Now, Reese, of course, all of these efforts got a massive shot in the arm. It's one thing to have the will and the mentors. It's another thing to have the right kind of equipment. And it sounds like you guys have the best playground ever, a brand new state-of-the-art studio.
That's correct. It's been a lifelong wish for the Imibala Trust to open this. So we have just recently launched our ballet studio, state-of-the-art. We have sprung flooring. It's really world class. Because at Imibala, we're all about excellence. So we're trying to show the children this is excellence. This is you. So it's a beautiful playground for them to come, practice, and just be themselves.
What is it about dancing that makes it so special, do you think? Why do you love it so much?
I like how they teach a person how to play in the posture that you can one day in future can know how to sit.
Completely. I had a back op 2 years ago and I've had to go back to learning those fundamentals. I cannot wait to see you guys dance. And this is going to be, I know, a big final performance in this crazy journey that you've been on. So I'm glad you could do it in front of 1.5 million people. No pressure. Now they're going to absolutely love you. And I'm so proud of what you have done as a collective because I know I've seen firsthand how difficult it is to get to this point. That being said, what's next? How can we support and help you in what you guys need? What are those pressure points?
We obviously, the sponsored child program, that really helps many children. We've helped thousands of children over the years through that. But what's nice about that is each child, when we come and dress them, so the first time they come to Imibala, we pick them up in the bus and they're nervous, they don't know what they're doing, so their heads are outside the windows and everything. And then they get there and then they leave, with they're just so happy, their faces change, because indirectly we're storing dignity back into the communities and into these schools through a brand new uniform, which they're not used to, obviously, getting brand new things, you know, the children. So
it's a lesson in privilege. I think, you know, especially around this time of the year, you know, the notion that a child might never have had a Christmas present or a Christmas, for that matter, never have had a school uniform, but it's the moments for me. It's that moment of being on stage. It's that moment being able to dance with your partner, with your friends, with your family, as I'm sure you guys have all become. That's giving me goosebumps. I absolutely love it. So I cannot wait to see you guys perform. Break a leg today. And congratulations on everything that you've achieved. Your track record speaks volumes. Let's hope it is just the beginning of more lives being transformed. And we will keep the details up on how you can support and sponsor a child and be a part of this incredible journey. And of course, yes, we've got performances on the way from these amazing young dancers and their teammates. Do not move a muscle. You don't want to miss this.
Oh, well, gee, I need to move some muscles because it is the festive season. And today it is all about making merry memories. And we have our chef Clem to come and show us how he's going to show love to those who he appreciates the most. Now, another year of inspiration and support. It is time to give thanks to the parent or the parent figures in our lives. And Woolworths have an incredible range of exciting, innovative gifts for moms, dads, our guardians, and Chef Clem is here to talk us through some gift-giving ideas. Because you want to say thank you to everyone, whether it's auntie down the street that's been looking after the kids, whether it's been a mentor. I mean, my aunt is like a second mom to me, so I always need gift-giving ideas.
I've got the solutions then.
Okay.
So I went shopping for my mom and dad, and I kind of picked out things that I know that they're going to like. So let's start off with what I get for my mom. And it starts off with these locally made all-butter shortbread.
I'm obsessed with the tin.
The tin. With the beautiful plant motif. It is. It is. I just love the... You said you like the tin as well?
I do like
Maybe I should actually just go comparison. I got this from my dad. This was mom. Okay, let's see what I got from my dad on the same side, on your side over there. Look at that luxury shortbread tin. And it's tin.
It is a tin.
It is beautiful. So this is mom's one, that's dad's one. And I think I'm gonna keep on going like that. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, so I've also got the mini shortbread, and again, it's in the tin. I love that. I just love the fact that, like, when you're done with the biscuits, there's a use for the tin.
Yes, and you can, you know, store some things in there. What would you use your tin for?
I'll
put jewelry in it.
That's such a good idea. Actually, kitchen smalls, like little tiny accessories, will be really, really great in there. Why was it so hard to think of something to put into the tin?
It's okay.
But now I know. Now I know.
Now
okay.
you know.
So for my dad, I got, because he loves Chuckles, everything. I got in the Chuckles hollow balls. Those are delicious.
These look good.
They both do like cooking, like a lot. I mean, that's where I get it from. So I got them the make your own buttermilk rusket. And then for my dad, I got him the self-sourcing chocolate pudding with that beautiful bowl. And again, this is also the tin. I actually baked a whole bread in this recently. You get the most beautiful shape of bread. I love it.
In the tin?
Yes, it got like a nice little dome. It just looked amazing. And then when you slice it, you get perfectly round slices of bread.
I feel like we need to make this on Expresso.
We haven't done it yet.
Talking about the self-sourcing chocolate pudding, and I keep saying when it's my turn to host girls' dinner, this is what I'm going to do and present for them. But I feel like we need to do that before my next girls' dinner.
We'll do that. We'll do it on the show so you can have like a run through it.
See what
then,
like.
It's been a year. So I've gone and I've got the home pamper kit for my mom, plus the fragrance set. And for my dad, I got the fragrance set for him and the liquor bri kit. Everything's in there for the ultimate bri. I love that. Yes, I did gift myself that as well.
Oh,
it's really, really
like you
good.
need to see it fully. It looks incredible. I love that these are great gifting ideas. Now, of course, when it comes to also like, you know, you want to wear something that's festive.
Yes, so we're going to start off with the festive socks. Look, we're in South Africa. We don't need to wear socks around the festive season, but we do it for the gears.
We do.
And you have to have some funky festive socks. Then, my parents are so cute, and when we go out, they get like, they match a little bit. You can see the accent.
Are your parents matchy-matchy?
They do, but they don't full-on match. They always just wear accents. Look at it, we can see what I mean. So it's the white shirt, and then it's like the tanny, bronzy colors at the bottom. Look at them. Look at my dad looking like such an OG. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Amazing.
Were they like 10 when they had you? Because they
9
look
and a half.
so young.
9 and a half.
Your parents look good.
So got them the matching PJ sets, and it's also their anniversary on Christmas Day, and they're coming to us. So I'm going to ask them to wear this as well to like model it for us.
Is that who? Talk me through that photo.
That's my mom, and that's baby Clemchi.
Oh. You know, these days you get filters that make photos look vintage.
Right.
I didn't want to just assume it was you.
It's me. It was me. It was me. Last thing, very quickly, we got the artisanal nougat, made with badger-friendly honey.
Oh.
Then I've got my mom the multi-purpose scarf, and scarves have completely become multi-purpose nowadays. They're used for so many different things, even as bag accessories on the
bag accessories. Use it in the hair. Use it as a neckerchief.
As a neckerchief. Got the two-tone coffee mugs so they can kind of like feel their personalities for the day. This one says me time, as it always is for me. Then I got the coffee plunger, got the decadent chocolates. I think they are going to be so happy come Christmas Day. I think I did well.
Oh, well.
Again, pick one though.
You did. If I had to pick one, I can't pick that again. I'll go for the bread tin.
I'm going for the chocolate sauce and pudding.
Okay. Well, there we go. Now, to get your hands on these beautiful gifts, visit Woolworths in store online at woolworths.co.za or on their incredible app. And you stand the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Simply reply to the competition post that's on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us, what Woolies gift are you giving the mom or the dad in your life this festive season? That's a very easy question. Don't forget to include #WooliesChristmas, and the competition will close at midday on Friday, the 2nd of December. So get those answers in. There are T's and C's that's available on our website, expressoshow.com. Good luck.
We got you covered. 24-hour long wear, new skincare and ingredients, better skin by the day, diverse shades, transfer resistant and waterproof, for all skin, for every life. New Color Stay long wear makeup.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your feel-good breakfast show. We're going to make that belly feel oh so good right now. Why? Because we're going to get those creative juices flowing and make a cute gingerbread house from Woolies. Yes, it's a great holiday activity, and you can get everyone involved. The little ones are going to absolutely love this. And don't forget, this is a recipe you can eat, and you can find it at woolworths.co.za. Here to show us how, of course, Clementine is coming. Hey, it is... I
was like, where's your... And I was waiting for what are you going to say?
It's like I couldn't get anything, but we Yes. This is more important, okay.
Okay, so...
man, we're molding a whole house. This is exciting. I'm
Winter home.
The bread.
Winter home. It's the new season of Winter home on Expresso.
Very nice.
We're going to have to build the home yourself and take it home and eat it. But I absolutely love all the Woolies baking kits because we've got the gingerbread house kit. I've also stocked up, and I'm doing this as gifts, actually. Got the vanilla, got the spice biscuit mix, I got the...
Wait, you're giving the kit out as a gift?
Yes.
Oh, that is so smart. It's like a gift that gives you work to do, but time to enjoy making food, which I really love, and I think this is something that is obviously so much fun. How do we do this, though?
Okay, so what we're going to do is I've got some butter in the pot already. I've got some golden syrup. I'm going to get the box mix out. All the instructions are on the box. You don't. There's no extra thinking. It's done for you. You're just important, the most important part, which is putting it all together and baking it.
Okay, nice.
And the fun part. So while I mean, it comes with the sprinkles. It comes with everything, the piping bag, the icing mix. It comes with absolutely everything you need. Like everything's been labeled, so you know what's what. Okay.
Okay. I like that because, sorry, I was first thinking that the gift you were going to give me was like a recipe or something, but you're giving me all the ingredients. You're giving everything packaged in its perfect size. I don't have to weigh it out. This is a real gift. Okay,
Piping bag is here.
I see you. Wow. What?
Okay, got the stencil. So I'm going to put this dough together. In the meantime, Raul, what I've done is I've baked some of the walls for you.
Okay.
Here's your piping bag. I'm going to let you cut
Is this essentially what I'd be able to make from my gingerbread house?
That's what you're going to make.
What?
In fact,
okay.
even
a whole panel, Paul.
Look, this is young Raul. Raul, the two of you looking so...
Aww.
Okay, your job, while I'm doing that, your job is to get decorating. So what's going to happen is this is the front of the house, that's the back of the house.
Right.
Two walls that kind of like come together.
Okay,
Here's the example.
Oh, we got you there, all right.
Raul, South Africa's watching you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, while you're on that, I'm going to start working on the dough.
So I'm going to assemble this house.
Man's
just going to build a house here while you get your cook on. Okay. You do your thing, man.
Joins the butter. What's your inspiration, Raul? Are you actually? I always wanted to know this.
What have you?
Are you a handyman?
Am I a handyman, Paul? Where do I even begin? Oh, you should see the things that I've been getting up to of late. I am all about handyman. I'm actually trying to convince people on the show here to give me like a handyman segment.
I'd watch that.
Would you?
Well, you have to wear dungarees, though.
I'd wear dungarees.
Oh,
I'd have a man belt and everything as well. I'm ready for it. We should speak to the people upstairs and see what they can do.
We'll make that happen. I would watch that. I'd absolutely watch it. Okay, so our beautiful dark brown sugar joins the pot, and you want to melt the butter, the dark brown sugar and the golden syrup together. That's going to be our wet ingredients that bring the dough together.
Right.
Raul, you're doing amazing things.
Am I?
You're doing amazing things.
Thank you.
I've got my dry mix already. Everything's labeled for you. So I love this part. You just give it to the bowl, mix it all together, bake it off, get the family around the house, in the kitchen, get them all busy doing that. Raul, I'm so impressed.
Are you?
I'm so impressed.
Why?
You're the reinforcement. He's reinforcing the walls, people.
Look, I know of these yellow level 2 and 3 warnings we get here in South Africa, so I'm just going to be prepared and make sure that no one is houseless this Christmas. You have a shelter over your head and you have a beautiful place you can celebrate with the family inside and outside in the garden. Doesn't matter where, as long as it's here.
Beautiful.
It's at.
Smell
right.
that. Smell that. Gingerbread. When they say gingerbread, then I'm playing.
Spiciness.
It's spicy.
That's what I'm here for. I love that.
Okay, so we are going to make quite a dry. It's quite a thick dough. You're not going to get a runny dough. That's what you want. So bring it all together, and you do want to rest your dough for just 5 minutes, just to give it that flour all the chance to absorb all the wet ingredients that you've got in there.
Got you.
And we are looking good. You want to bring this together. As soon as it molds together really well, you can hold it into your hand, you're done. You don't want to over-knead this. If you over-knead it, you're going to get a chewy biscuit. We don't want that. We want snap.
No one wants that, yeah.
Okay, so...
Snap and crunch.
Like I said, got our dough. We're going to roll it out. Use the stencil to actually shape out everything you need for the house. and then bake it off.
Okay.
Ryle, you're bringing some snow flavor coming through. I do like that.
Man, I'm having
The
so
drip.
much fun doing this, honestly. I wish I could just be like a food stylist for the rest of my life. This is fun, like really bringing it to life. I love how this is actually like resembling snow. It's so cool. I'm
You're
so fascinated by it.
This is
getting caught up, but of course we need to get inside the house. I'm gonna build a nice old school archway door.
So here's what I'm saying to our viewers at home. Get the kits, whether it's the vanilla, whether it's a chocolate, whether it's spice biscuits, whether it's gingerbread house. Make it, take a picture, send it to us, and we'll actually put it up on screen. Can you do
nice.
better
Let's
than
do that.
Ryle's?
Can you
right
beat
here?
this rustic, authentic Scandinavian gingerbread?
Hey!
Yeah, that's what's up.
Love it.
That's what's up. Man, this really is so much fun, and I love the fact that it's not even done yet. I've had so much fun already, but the sprinkles haven't even come, and I think with the kids being in the kitchen, this is just going to be an absolute joy. Clem, thank you so much. Of course, Mzansi, get the recipe at woolworths.co.za. Like I said, the kit has all of the inspiration, all the tips you need. So what you waiting for? Get your gingerbread on. House time. That's how you build a house. Let's celebrate with some dance. G, over to you. Do it, man.
We are in for a treat this morning, courtesy of the Imibala Trust Ballet, in celebration of a beautiful new dance studio that's just been opened. They're going to take us inside, courtesy of teacher Leona, their creative process. Enjoy. Beautiful. I felt like I needed to get involved because you've got a tone about you and you seem lovely and sweet, Leona, but I have a feeling don't cross, okay? Don't, make sure that you get the fundamentals down. How did that feel, guys? Good. You looked amazing. I absolutely love it. The power, the strength, the fundamentals that it takes to excel. And this is all about excellence. Amazing. But for me, it's the growth that's happening in between. That's amazing. So to mentors like yourself and everyone involved in this incredible organization, thank you so much. We've got more performances coming your way. Well, you can move every muscle, in fact. Start stretching and warming up. Just wondering, is there a place for the meerkat move in ballet? I don't know. Yes. There is. See, Leona said, it's official, the meerkat's in.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We are here for this. Crush is taking Mzansi on a journey of goodness to unlock your 100%. This morning, we are joined by one person who has done exactly that. Actress, writer, content creator, Trisha PC, as she joins us on video call right now, in fact, to take us through what has been the most amazing journey so far in unlocking her 100%, and she's only just getting started. Trisha, very good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, really, really good. All the better for connecting with you. So congratulations on everything you've achieved so far. I think it's good to sometimes just take a step back and take cognizance of what's going on, because I think you're on such a meteoric rise at the moment, you might not be tracking just how well you are actually doing. But I want you to take us back to the beginning of this journey. When did you first realize that your passion lay in content creation, or I suppose at its heart, storytelling, because that's what you're doing?
I think it started very early. I would always be that child that would like hide in a corner and tell myself stories. That's all I did at home. I would watch the movie and then I'd watch how the movie was made. And I just remember thinking like, I want to do that. I don't really know what that is, but that's what I want to do.
And now you are doing it. And there is an opportunity for content creators now to change the game, to do it in the way that matters most to you. Live with meaning through what you're creating. But I think for a lot of us, certainly within the media space, we've had someone that inspired us. Maybe someone that we saw that we wanted to emulate, or a person in our family that unlocked that passion. Was there a mentor or a person who unlocked your passion?
I think it was a Nigerian actress, very popular Nigerian actress, Genevieve Naji. When I was little, I just remember thinking, I want to be like Genevieve. At the time, I thought that I could physically transform into someone when I got older. So I just thought, I will be Genevieve in a few years. And I didn't even realize that it was the storytelling part of it.
Well, look, we like this version of Trisha even better. We love it. And I love the fact that you are living out your purpose now. It certainly feels that way. Was there a moment within this crazy journey that you've been on recently where you realized, hang on a minute, I'm doing it. I'm actually living my dream now. Have you had that moment of recognition?
There's always quite a few. I'm one of those people, I celebrate the tiniest of wins.
Good.
Just because it's quite hard to believe, but I think I got my first part in a film this year through my social media content creation as well. So when I was on set, finally living the dream, I was closing my eyes and I was like, okay, this is what we've been working for. So that was pretty incredible.
An absolute recognition. I love the fact that they are giving you this validation because of what you are creating. Now, we know that you're operating in a space where there is stiff competition. There are literally billions of videos being produced and released online every day. How have you got it right?
I'm one of those people, I like to stay in my lane. So I may not necessarily do what is trending or whatever, but I would say the key is knowing what I want and why I want it. As long as I can keep those two things in mind, it guides the journey and it guides the growth. The people who are on the same frequency as me will find me. And yeah, it's all good.
And I'm sure you must be amazed at how many people are dialed into that frequency, which is awesome. It must be so nice to have a platform to be able to work through these ideas. That being said, there are so many young people who are now going to look up to you like that Genevieve in your past. Now they're going to be looking to Trisha for that inspiration. So what advice do you have for someone who's wanting to become a content creator?
I would say know what you want, know why you want it, and then stay consistently working at it. Those three things, you can never go wrong.
Clearly, because you are a working model of that. All I'm going to say is when you now become an internationally recognized film actor, that you don't forget about us little people that helped get you there. You clearly have unlocked your 100% talent. Well done, girl.
Thank you so, so much. Means the world. You guys are so incredible.
Oh, man. We love you. There's a lot of love in this place, and I think her story has the potential to encourage so many people out there to do the same. Follow your dreams. So whether you've got a dream of becoming a foodie, an influencer, a singer, even just an entrepreneur, whatever that is, Crush is about to help you unlock your 100% with a very exciting new TV show. So Crush needs to hear your story first of all. And this is how you can enter. First off, buy any Crush, then just simply follow the details that are on the promotional pack. Then share a video of why you want to unlock your 100%. Then send it to the Crush WhatsApp line on 082-857-8054, or you can simply upload it on the socials tagging @CloverCrush and #Crush as well. Plus, you also stand a chance of winning your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Nice. So enter now, and Crush could be making your dreams literally come true on the best new TV show that's hit our screens. Let's unlock your 100%.
Crush is about to unlock your 100%. On this exciting new TV show, you can realize your potential and live your dreams.
I dream of cooking in a 5-star restaurant.
I dream of singing to the world.
Buy any Crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line or upload it on our socials, tagging Clover Crush and hashtag Crush. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Crush. 100% goodness.
Well, listen, we are back in the kitchen and we're creating a nutritious breakfast this morning with KitchenAid, because this kitchenware is made for makers. It's for the cooks, the creators, the bakers, the brewers, and the misfits. Now, for the tasters and the testers, for all those who don't cook to live, but live to cook. We are joined by Alia Ferguson from Alia's Vibrant Life to inspire you to live to cook. And what will you, if I'm looking at these beautiful pieces and ingredients, I think the big question is, Alia, great to have you here.
Thank you.
What will you be making for us?
Well, today, there's so many beautiful things we can do, but if we're talking about breakfast, we want to try and make sure we're getting in as much nutrition as we can in the shortest period of time, because who wants to spend too much time in the kitchen in the morning?
Exactly.
So I'm going to boss you about, and we're going to make a smoothie.
Oh, yes, please.
So you're going to put your ingredients in this jug here, and this is such a fabulous blender because it's got such a strong motor, you can see, so you can literally blend everything and get all the bits out.
Okay, so
always freeze your bananas, by the way, so you get a really nice smooth finish. You're going to add your berries. We're going to add some almonds for extra nutrition. And then we're going to add a little bit of liquid. Obviously, we're going to need to soften that all up.
So we're going to do all of that,
That's
and I'm adding some pineapple juice for us and some plain yogurt.
That's right, and you could use a plant-based milk as well. I'm going to make this really, well, I'm going to call it a bread, but actually it's made from almond flour and eggs and cheese, and it is so nutritiously dense. And you can see, just look at that vibrant color there. It's just so pretty. And how many of your children or family like to eat a courgette, can I just ask? Because
not many,
it's one of those vegetables nobody seems to want to eat. And then again, if you've got this stand mixer, it's just ridiculously simple, because all you've got to do
is add your ingredients.
Is put all your ingredients. So it really takes all the kind of hassle and thought process out.
Can I make a noise?
You can make a noise. Go for it.
I'm going to go for it. See, now you need to teach me how to...
okay.
There we go.
So actually, the great thing about this is that you can control. If you've got bits, you can keep pushing it down and then letting it go so that the heavy bits will sink. And then you get a nice smooth finish. There we go. You can also just flick it to the one side and press play as well.
And then it does it for you.
But I
like being in control.
I like being in control. And there we go.
Fantastic. I'll get this pouring for us.
We don't want it to fly everywhere. The nice thing about this is you can make them the night before, pop them in some glass bottles. Kids can take them to school, husbands can take them to work.
You can drink
also
them on
eat
the
them
go.
after gym,
Oh, look at this beautiful smoothie that we just made with such great, wholesome ingredients. And I love that you're making, what are we going to call that? Some breakfast bread?
It's a courgette and almond breakfast bread, or just call it a breakfast bread, I guess.
Okay.
But the nice thing about it is also, if you're not a breakfast person, you can slice it, put it in your lunchbox, take it to work. You can also make it for a picnic. And as I said, because it's made with almond flour and cheese, it's properly nutrient-dense, packed full of protein. And yeah, you can also use plant-based cheese if you want as well. You don't have to use, you see how easy this is?
Yeah. Well, I'm loving already all the tips you're giving us, because you've given us some great smoothie tips, freezing the bananas, even freezing all the fruit you're going to add, just give it a nice...
Yes, well, if you think about it, the motor's going to heat everything up, really, so that you want to make sure everything's as cold as possible to get that nice smooth mouthfeel. There we go. And yeah, the nice thing about this bowl as well is it doubles up as like a Dutch oven when you're baking bread. You get this really nice crisp finish when you're actually baking your bread.
So this can go in the oven?
Yeah, this can go in the oven. This is a fabulous Christmas gift, by the way. This, especially if you have a mom who loves being in the kitchen but maybe hasn't gotten into bread baking yet. This is really fabulous because it kind of just gives you the impetus to start actually baking bread. I've been using it non-stop in my home at the moment, much to my waistline's great dismay, I'm afraid. Might have to put it away a little bit just before Christmas, but there we go. So it's just so easy, you know, you can mix it up. I'm just going to move that out of the way.
Give it a little bit of a twist, and
there
we go.
And then we can pop it in here. It takes 35 minutes in the oven, this bread, and that's it. And it will keep for up to 4 days, if it will last up to 4 days.
That long.
And yeah, you can, as I said, you can have it throughout the course of the day. It doesn't even have to be just for breakfast. But we love it.
Oh, we do love it for breakfast, and we love having you here in studio. Thank you, Alia, for joining us
Such a
and showing
pleasure.
us these delicious recipes with KitchenAid, and it really has ignited some creativity this morning. And there is endless possibilities using these appliances. Of course, if you want to get your hands on the recipes we've done, we always put these on our website. It's available at expressoshow.com. Alia, that looks great.
Yeah, fabulous. Delicious.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars.
This is it. 10 seasons in the making. Welcome to the grand finale of Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars!
It's real now. Let's give it our best. Just like that, boom.
We're almost there,
It's impossible. Nah, I'm worried.
Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 6:30. Repeat Monday night at 9. Only on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi, your feel-good breakfast show, the last day of the month before we officially head off into December.
I know, it's so exciting. I think it's safe to say it's the season to be merry.
Oh, yes.
And to spend plenty of time with our friends and family. But what happens when their idea of fun is your worst nightmare? What happens? What happens? Well, it's time to find out in another round of Would You Rather.
All right, so listen to this scenario. I know a lot of you might have even gone through this with your friends, but here it is. You're spending your December holiday with your partner's family, and they are the adventurous type who love long, serious hikes, but you hate hiking. And now you've been invited to join their next hike. Oh, so would you rather do the following? Be honest and sit this one out, or don't be rude and push through? Ooh, this is a tough one.
I'll be honest and sit it out, because at the end of the day, it's my holiday too. Long hikes are great, but when you have in your mind that idea of, I just want a day to Netflix and chill and actually just do what I feel like doing, then maybe saying yes to a hike will make you feel very unhappy.
Can I throw a little curveball in here? What if it's like one of the rare opportunities where you get to meet these parents, or let's say the potential in-laws, and you want to really make an impression, and you want to kind of like get to know them?
Oh, that's different. That's different. But if it's an entire holiday just full of hike, that's what the scenario sounded like, then I'm going to be like, okay, well, with this next hike, I'm going to sit it out. Thank you.
Look, I would definitely agree with you. I mean, there's no point in trying to be something that you're not. So rather tell the family who you are, what you're about, and I'm sure they'll appreciate that nonetheless. Well, they should at least. They should welcome you regardless. Now, of course, we put this out to everybody else out there and you, Mzansi. So let's see what everybody else has been saying about this conundrum. We've got Tando Mgenge, who says, this is definitely a tough one. Giving it your first Christmas with them and you want to fit in with your in-laws. I'd torture myself with the hike just this one time, but next time, they can miss me.
Oh, that's a good compromise. Charlotte says A. Honesty, the best policy.
She's with you on that one, eh?
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming with. Look, Mzansi, we've got some more coming through. Peter Rudolph says, B, the way I just love the mountains, my soul calls for it. Then I'll have to feed it and find a mountain. Okay, so you clearly are not hating hiking then, so I don't even know if this applies to you, actually.
Oh, but Magnolia says, I'm so for adventure. In this case, I'll choose B. So definitely, the adventurous people go for it.
Of course they are, because they're not going to hate hiking, so this is an easy one. I wonder what else Mzansi has to say. Let's check it out online. Oh, actually, sorry, we don't have enough time for that, because, I mean, there's so many answers coming through, and we've still got a little bit of magic, and I want to chat to you, Mzansi, because navigating family occasions, like you can see now, it's never easy. So if you need to desperately get out of plans, we have an idea for you.
Well, why not suggest everyone goes to the movies instead?
Okay.
Now, if you pay with your Netbank card at New Metro, you can get a whopping 50% off regular 2D, 3D, and extreme movie tickets, plus 50% off a medium soda and popcorn combo. Now, you can spoil the whole family.
Nice.
Now, that's a huge saving and will definitely get you back in the good books.
I can see that being a little bit high.
Got all this from Evel. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen, and you know exactly what time it is. It's the culinary hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting! For our last bread masterclass, we've got another baking expert in the kitchen. This time it's Lance. But it's not only you and I, Lance. We have another guest in the kitchen.
We do indeed.
And she's 103 years old.
Yeah, Alfonsina.
Alfonsina, please tell our viewers about this beautiful, beautiful dough in your hands.
So Alfonsina is a pasta madre. So pasta dough, madre mother. So mother dough. We don't get any prizes for our name, inventing our name. And she's been going since 1919. She comes from a little town in Italy called Clusone in Provincia di Bergamo.
Okay. May I please hold it? So to our viewers at home, this is what we call a starter. So from this dough, Lance makes all his sourdough breads.
Everything.
All of them.
Donuts,
Everything.
egg cook, roast cook, everything.
That's why we call it a mother. That's why we refer to it as a female. Alfonsina.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Bravo.
Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to put it down there. She's comfy. She's comfy.
Yeah, she's
and I'm going to
good.
ask you to talk us through the important, those important steps about baking your own sourdough. Where do we start?
So when you bake with natural fermentation, it's a process. So sourdough is not a bread. You can just replace bought yeast with that.
So that's the thing, no yeast, we're creating that starter ourselves.
Yes, you're using a wild yeast and bacteria to ferment grain, and it renders the grain more nutritious.
I find bread so fascinating.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful because, again, like Alfonsina's alive.
She is.
And the breads that we bake as well, especially with the sourdough, they're alive.
They are, and every now and then she needs a bath when she's not feeling happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
She needs a bath?
Yeah.
How do we bath a 103-year-old?
You chop her up and put in some sugar water, but, you know, there's a whole way in which we need to keep yeast and bacteria balanced in there to be able to produce light, delicious bread and that actually functions properly as a dough. The yeast rise it, but the bacteria try to break it down. And there's a balance inside of fermenting dough to realize really good bread. Light.
I feel like I get this look on camera when I really start focusing on the guest, where the viewers can see he's just taking it all in. And I went to a special place now, just taking all that in. But let's see it in action. Where do we begin?
So, with natural fermentation, a little bit like making wine, there are 7 basic stages. So we always start with feeding the mother. We're not feeding her today because there's no time, and she makes a mess all over her face. So when we feed, if you were to look at the culture in a fridge, for example, this little flat, sad dough is telling you that she's hungry. This has been fed recently, and it's almost ready to go into our dough, and we wait for it to rise to be able to bake with it. So that's step 1. Step 2 is then taking that, blitzing it, and mixing it with your dry ingredients, letting it sit, because dough needs itself. If you leave flour and water for a couple of hours and come back, it'll be dough. It's called ortelies, and it's very important with our great South African flour for developing gluten, structure, and strength. Then the next step, we go through a series of folding the dough for several hours while it ferments, and the bacteria and the yeast sort of multiply and, you know, invite each other around and set the scene for a good rise.
Again, South Africa, we are talking about bread. We are talking about bread.
And then after that, we shape it and we stick it into a basket and it goes in the oven.
And this is the basket?
Yeah, and there's dough in there that was made yesterday morning.
And I mean, she's got a hair bonnet, that's lovely.
Yeah, so, and she's, you know, she's not yet ready to go in the oven. You know, this could run on the beach, I suppose, and not wobble too much. But we're looking for something that's alive and really wobbly, and when you poke it, a slight indent remains where you poke, but at the moment the gluten is too strong, so she's pushing us away. In yeast baking, earlier you talked about over-kneading. It's going to make it tough.
Right.
We want to knead a lot with sourdough baking because the bacteria are going to break down the gluten. So if there's not enough gluten, your bread doesn't work.
This is so fascinating. What I'm also getting from this is you don't wake up on the morning and go, I feel like sourdough for lunch, and I'm going to make it myself.
No.
It's a process.
That's when you pull your frozen one out the freezer. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Can I freeze sourdough?
It freezes beautifully, yes.
Love it. Okay, so when our beautiful dough goes into the oven, are there any steps that are really important to get that crust? What are we looking for?
What's important from a crust perspective is steam. So what we do at Mother Dough is we bake on big hunks of steel, and we spray with the pressure sprayer, you know, the one you use for the roses, but on a jet, and we put a lot of water into the oven at the beginning of the bake, and that helps the bread rise and it helps it crust. Also in the dough, a little tip, if you want a practical dough that's easy to slice, bite, and so on, oil in the dough is going to give you a thin, crispy crust.
Okay.
No oil is going to give you the chainsaw toast. You know that toast at the restaurant with your scrambled eggs, and you just can't get through it. So that's bread with no oil in the dough.
Okay.
So oil helps. So, yeah.
Nice. We actually have a voice note, and Lisa's got a voice note for us. Let's have a listen.
Yeah.
So family, it's Lisa from Pretoria. I want to know, must you add some salt to your bread?
Yeah.
What's important? How do you put salt in bread?
Apart from flavor, you know, if you forget to put salt in your dough, just tell everybody you made a Tuscan loaf.
Okay.
Because in Toscana, there's no salt in the bread. So flop to fancy in a second. But if you do remember to put your salt in, the most important thing is you put it in after the gluten is formed. If I put salt in with water or with flour and then I mix, it inhibits a little bit of the passive reaction. Remember I said the dough kneaded itself?
Yes.
It inhibits that reaction to some extent, so you don't get maximum gluten development. So we would always add salt after the dough's been wet and the flour and everything's been mixed after a while.
Got you.
So salt strengthens the gluten once it's already there.
And adds flavor.
Yeah.
We actually have another voice note. I think it's Kaylin.
Yeah.
Good morning, Expresso family. This is Kaylin from Eden Park. And my question is, can you make bread without yeast?
And I like that you asked this question because you've answered it for me, and I love this question.
So the interesting thing is here is we do have yeast, but it's a natural wild yeast. And this kind of culture would have started a long, long time ago from a spontaneous fermentation of fruit. That's how it's done for that style of culture in Italy. People who did all their starters during lockdown did it with rye flour or wheat flour with grain. But what you're trying to do is trap wild yeast in something that they can eat. Bacteria provide acid, which kind of gives the starter its immune system. And the whole thing lives as a balanced ecosystem. If you're a good parent, happily ever after, and you make amazing bread.
Lovely. We talk about the wild yeast. Is that the natural yeast that's just in the air right now?
No, that's a misnomer. The yeast is already on the grain or in the bag. You know, you buy a bag of whole wheat flour, the yeast is already in there. There is yeast in the air, there are yeasts on our hands, but many of those yeasts don't tolerate acid. So when people start a sourdough culture and they think it's dead after the first 2 weeks, what has happened is that at a certain acidic level, all those yeast that we don't want in there have been killed. And only acid-tolerant yeast is left behind because acidic fermentation is what makes the bread nutritious.
I am learning so much today. Yeah. We're about to end, but before we do, can we slice open one of your beautiful sourdoughs?
It was the easiest bake ever. I did nothing.
Yes, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You slice it up.
So one of the things, can you catch?
Yes.
If it's a good bread, it should feel light like a ball.
I was about to say, normally sourdoughs are a lot heavier.
Yeah, and that's probably because they're underproofed, not enough water, underbaked.
Oh my goodness, Lance.
So there we go. The other thing that people are looking for often in their sourdough is big holes. And if you've got big holes, it should be a choice. It shouldn't look like your granny fell asleep in her jersey every other night and burnt a hole with a cigarette. So you always want an evenness of crumb inside. If you've got big random holes, it's not great fermentation and your mother's not happy.
My goodness, South Africa, if you want to get a recipe on how to make your own sourdough at home, Lance has provided us with a recipe. It's on expressoshow.com. Lance did say it's all about the feel. It's all about using your senses when it comes to bread.
If you bake with a recipe, you will fail. So you've got to learn to read the dough.
It's still warm. It's still warm. It's the simple things in life.
Yeah.
It is the simple things in life.
And there's different ones there. This is with semolina, there's one with white flour, there's one with rye, there's one with polenta.
Amazing. I'm going to talk a food in my mouth. Thank you, Lance.
Thanks so much.
South Africa, thank you so much for this morning's hotline. It's the end of the hotline series for...
And remember, every loaf is a lesson.
Every loaf is a lesson, and she's alive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, South Africa, Lance.
Thank you.
Thank you so much as well.
Nice to be with you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We have seen it so many times on this incredible little slice of creative space. The performing arts have the ability to heal and to inspire a new future for children. We've seen it proven on the show, and we're going to see it proven right now. In fact, you can see through the Imibala Trust Ballet that they are changing lives in the most fundamental way, and we get to be a part of that creative journey right now. You have to take a bow, officially take a bow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. When you're biggest superstars on a global stage, don't forget about us little people on the way up. We love you guys. We love what this stands for. We're going to keep the details of how you can support and sponsor a child to go through this remarkable, life-changing journey. And please answer that call. But let's get one more feel-good round of applause for these superstars. Well done, guys. Beautiful.
Give me like those nutcracker feels, you know, that festive dance environment.
I almost jumped in there with them.
I would have loved it. Plie.
You don't know, I'm flexible.
Quick question, a highlight of the show for each of you. Clem, I'm going to start with Clem.
Go for it, yeah.
I know that I'm supposed to be hosting Culinary Hotline, but today I got schooled, and it was the best education on dough ever. So definitely the sourdough and all the baking today.
Oh, well, let's bring some of that bread.
Let's bring in the bread!
Yes!
Yes!
Our professional, I need to say doughboy, I don't want to insult you. Oh,
this is beautiful bread.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed the kitchen with you, Clem. Thank you so much. Of course, it is the final day of the month. That means tomorrow it is officially the festive. We'll see you there.
Enjoy it on the stoep, under the trees, or with a picnic basket, wherever you please. Here's to a mouth-watering summer made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.